forgot to look beyond and see the other side. So give me a light, show me what I need. I know I'm blind, but I hear symphonies of your heartbeat. Now that's an understatement. To walk alone, I guess it's my repayment. Please give me a light, show me what I need. I know I'm blind, but I hear symphonies of your what you've I know you're the worrying kind. Is there any way? Or do you like not being found? In time the light will fade. Don't you know I worry about you all the time? slipped away. You don't know how much I thought of you. It will never change no matter what you do. Just let me come home and let me stay. I could let it pass, but not tonight. I could let this pass, but tonight I'm leaving for Tokyo. Longing for your avenues, I cannot get tired of you. Walking on the streets again, feeling lonely and blue. Tokyo, will we ever meet again? Do you remember me too? I am so addicted to you. Tokyo, I went out today just to see the light. It will never change, and I know I'm leaving, trying to find out what I want, but it slipped away. You don't know how much I thought of you. It will never change no matter what you do. Just let me come home and let me stay. I could let it pass, but not tonight. Got a lot I need to process. Should I stay or should I go there? Tokyo, longing for your avenues, I cannot get tired of you. Walking on the streets again, feeling lonely and blue. Tokyo, will we ever meet again? Do you remember me too? I am so addicted to you. Tokyo, I am so addicted to you. Tonight I'm living for I'm hoping what I said could make you change your mind. Though it doesn't really matter when my hands are tied. I'm trying to walk across the bridges that I've burned. My only way to you is gone, the tide has turned. So give me a light, show me what I need. I know I'm blind, but I hear symphonies of your heartbeat. Symphony heartbeat, symphony, symphony. I should have learned to bite my tongue, hold back my thoughts. But deep inside I feel just like an astronaut. I was in the corner of my mind, got trapped inside. I forgot to look beyond, I see the other side. So give me a light, show me what I need. I know I'm blind, but I hear symphonies of your heartbeat. It's an understatement. To walk alone, I guess it's my repayment. Please give me a light, show me what I need. I know I'm blind, but I hear symphonies of your
Welcome everyone. You are watching the Zotac Cup Valorant powered by Nvidia GeForce, Crucial, LG Ultragear, and Corsair. I'm CC, joined alongside OG the Lotus Chicken, and we are bringing to you the lower bracket matches. We've already delved deep into the Zotac Cup. The qualifiers happened for South Asia, for Southeast Asia. Hundreds of teams participated from either one of the regions, showcasing multitudes of skill levels, and now we are only left with five. As a matter of fact, OG, our previous best of three earlier today, the side of Full Sense, they eliminated Velocity Gaming from India out of the tournament, and now VLT also bids us farewell. And now, having a look at today's matchup, OG, it's a pretty darn close one. So I'm not really sure who's gonna boot off whom.
Yeah, it's gonna be Enigma Gaming, India's last hope in the Zotac Cup, going head to head, taking on Nigma Galaxy. I've been a
Mhm.
fan of how Nigma Galaxy have been playing lately. It's been a very, very nice team to watch. And in all honesty, I personally am gonna be rooting for them. What about you, CCB?
Um, I'm not really sure. I mean, I like both of the teams and the journey that both of these teams have had. Once we have a look at the brackets as well, the way they've fought, not just in the playoffs brackets right now, but overall in the qualifiers, the victories they had, the losses they faced as well, and potentially another loss for either EG or NGX. I really support both the teams. I want both the teams to win. Enigma, they've got all the players ready in the boot camp. Excali's there as well. Meanwhile, the side of Nigma Galaxy, they have plenty of countries, and they're a team which encompasses so many players from so many different countries. You have three members from Philippines, one from Vietnam, one from Singapore. Really interesting stuff to see, because without a boot camp, with these players playing individually, the fact that their communication is still on top, on par with other tier one rosters, it really is a statement that NGX members make day in day out.
I feel like NGX also have that traits which we see from Ascend, right? The team that won
Hmm.
our inaugural VCT champions. It is a team filled with, if I'm not wrong, four different nationalities. So yeah, it's proven that in this era, 2021, 2022, especially in Valorant, there are no borders as we gamers unite.
Absolutely. Now, having a look at the brackets of the entire Zota Cup as of now, we can have a look as to which of the teams have been eliminated, when they were eliminated, and who's moving on forward. So, we started off with the upper bracket matches. Kingsman, Enigma, Action PH, Velocity, these guys won. But then, Kingsman and Action PH, they eliminated the Indian teams, and they were down in the lower brackets, where already the two other South Asian rosters, Exploit and Reckoning Esports, they were eliminated by Full Sense and Nigma Galaxy, respectively. So now Velocity as well getting eliminated early in the day means that Full Sense now, they will be facing off against the winners of this best of three in front of us. As for the winners bracket finals, Kingsman versus Action PH, two undefeated teams so far. Watching them go and watching them, beat off against each other for a spot in the grand finals, that's going to be an interesting matchup as well. But for now, Enigma versus Nigma Galaxy, we are well aware of this match at hand. We are well aware of the consequences of this match as well, with the winner facing off against FS. So, with all the context being said and done, it still doesn't take away from any of the entertainment factor that both EG and NGX will be providing to all of us today.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that ZBU and Raw Fuel duel. These two have been absolutely phenomenal on their respective
Hmm.
jets, and it's gonna be straight up a Mexican standoff.
Absolutely. Talking about like the Jets as well, I think a lot of them are the MVPs. If you can have a look at the overall MVPs of the Zota Cup, that would be great, because highlighting that is a major thing. Not only is the MVP going to be getting a 3060 credits to Nvidia, but as well they get to go with all the glory. And like you just said, OGs, SBU and Raw Fuel, number one and number two MVPs right now. Raw Fuel has an average combat score of 300. This man cannot be stopped. He may have 153. I mean, look at them. Head to head in terms of kills and deaths, both Zesby and Raw Fuel. And the fact that both of these lads are at number one and number two, and we get to see them go off against each other right this very moment on potentially three different maps. I am just filled with glee right now. I'm just so happy we get to see the two best and the two most valuable players of the Zota Cup as of now against each other to finally prove who is the best jet at the moment.
And the best part about this is a match where winner takes it home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, with the odds being like that, it's gonna truly put these players to the test. So this duel suddenly becomes a whole lot meaningful. And it's all going to be based on how the maps are. It's all going to be also based on what the composition is like. That's a tale, though, that's yet to come.
Absolutely. And now for the remaining of the MVP standings, you've got Deathmaker, you've got Georgie. Deathmaker, unfortunately, his run comes to an end as today Velocity were eliminated. He had a great showing. I mean, no one is discrediting that. He had a couple of kills, but towards the tail end of that BO3 as well, he kind of sipped down. And what the explosive nature that he had with the Blade Storm with the Operator wasn't really all that there. I mean, he still performed. Absolutely. He's Deathmaker. He'll perform day in, day out. But it just wasn't enough. And then what were the expectations for the side of him and for Velocity overall? As for Georgie on spot number 4 right now, well, I mean, he is comfortably on 4th position. His team is comfortably in the winners bracket finals as well. So for now, Georgie is going to stay there, and we're going to see him very soon, and very shortly as well later down the road in the Zotac Cup and all the streams. But for now, yeah, it's going to be ZBU and Raw Fuel who will be heading off against each other and their respective teams as well. I mean, it's not just Jet versus Jet. It's also going to be Nigma Galaxy up against the side of Enigma Gaming. These two teams and the firepower they encompass within them, all 10 of the players combined, and then everything that surrounds them. I'm really looking forward to seeing them against each other. The strategies, the duels. I think the duels is something I really want to look forward to, because there have been instances where both of these teams, their duels have been shut down by their opposition plenty of times. But right now, if we are talking about the teams, OG, might as well introduce the entire rosters of both Enigma Gaming and Nigma Galaxy. Let's have them up on our screens and let's go through how exactly these players play and what compositions they prefer as well. And we'll be starting off with the side of Enigma Gaming from India.
Yeah, RVK has been really on point with how his lurks have been, and he's been a real menace to anybody who even dare oppose him. Antidote, as usual, he has that consistent Astra impact that's required out of every big brain Astra main. Excali, he's been more of a new addition to this band, right? But he's been no exception when it comes to making that impact, not only inside the game, but it seems like Enigma Gaming now are brimming with morale. Raw Fuel, man, needs no introduction. He is literally raw fuel, and Enigma Gaming are just going to toss in the fire. That's what Enigma Gaming do best. Rexy, he's the perfect facilitator for this kind of an aggressive lineup. And you have Hika on the side as well, who's been their sixth man and their consistent man, which is always needed, right? This is the more rounded roster
True.
that we are loving to see these days. And Enigma Gaming are out making a name for themselves. This, again, is a good chance for them to grab a nice W and prove that they can lock horns against demons.
Absolutely, they can. Now let's have a look at their opposition as well. Let's bring up Nigma Galaxy, mainly from the Philippines, and their roster, because their roster as well. I mean, if Enigma have firepower, well, they have equal amount of gunpowder to retaliate to that and to fire back shots, mortars, whatever. You've got Johan, you've got Astro versus Antidote. I mean, the battle of the Astros. I am looking forward to seeing this. You've got Crazy Guy as well. Who plays a lot of the Sova. So Crazy Guy is there. You've got Rexy, and then you have the explosive matchup. The matchup that both of us cannot shut up about. It's going to be ZBU up against Raw Fuel. And for good reason, we are going to hype it up, because that is going to be something out of the ordinary, watching both of those members frag out their minds. Everyone watching during the rounds, regardless of what round it is, regardless of what map it is, if you keep an eye on the top right of your screens during the game, if you keep an eye on the kill feed, chances are you're going to be seeing either ZBU or Raw Fuel pop up multiple times every single round, because of the way these two lads have been playing. And then you have Carl, who has been playing a lot of the support as well, the secondary initiator, or whatever his team requires from him. Carl will be able to suffice those plays.
Yeah, and I'd like to draw in a little bit of context with the best of three that we had earlier, right? It doesn't
Right.
matter even if you have the craziest players on the server. What matters is if you've done your homework. We've seen that when VLT were struggling on Icebox, which was their map pick. Now, with the way the previous matchup went for Enigma, where they got sent down to the lower bracket, it was a story where they won that first map in a miraculous fashion in overtime. The second map didn't really look like they had much of a chance to contest. And the third map, they tried, but no cigar. Now, even if they get to a flying start, it's about maintaining that momentum. It's about making sure that you capitalize on every opportunity that goes your way. Enigma Galaxy, their players, they look deadly, and I'm pretty sure that they will have no chill when it comes to punishing any kind of misstep. Let's quickly head to
Hmm.
the head to head as well to see whom our two eyes need to be laying on throughout the game. Antidote, of course, the big brain Astra. You can see a slight, in all honesty, stats, sure, they tell somewhat of a tale, but when it comes
Yeah.
to, agents like Astra, it's more about the impact you get in with the utility and facilitating the kills rather than you getting it yourself, which we know these players are capable of, both getting it on your face and setting up the teammates for the pace peak.
Hmm. Yeah, even Astro on the side of Nigma Galaxy, plenty of times we have seen him use his gravity wells, his novas, and even the nebulas to facilitate those plays for his teammates. Those smoke criminal plays, those rifles, those peaks, everything works out. So that's why, true, I have to agree with you. It's not going to be the firepower on these two lads that we'll keep an eye on. I mean, obviously, if they frag out their minds, well, I don't think anyone will be against that, whether we are talking about Antidote or Astro. But more so on defense and even on attack, I want to see the Astra Stars placement. And if we have maps that both of these teams like playing, if we have, I don't know, maps such as Haven, Ascent, where Astra is quite common, then I'd really like to see both of them in action. But at the same time, what exactly happens if the map takes a swap? What exactly happens if we play, I don't know, something like Breeze is there in the map pool, where you don't often see an Astra, where you see a Viper? Will that change affect the styles inherently? I mean, obviously it has to. It's a different agent, you play it differently. However, will it be for the better or for the worse for the side of Antidote and Astro? That I think is the main question we have to ask. And are they going to be sticking to the Astra themselves, or are we going to see a bit more versatility in their lockups? I think these are two questions that will be in the back of our minds. Regardless of whatever the answers are to those questions, these two, they will surely not fail to deliver for their teams.
Yeah, and you gotta consider the fact that curveballs are possible, right? In fact,
Hmm.
we saw that yesterday in the matchup where Kingsman took on VLT, where VLT actually bought in Breeze into the map pool, which
Yeah.
allowed Deathmaker to pop off 35 frags and them winning it, if I'm not mistaken, 13 to 8 or 13 to 9. Sure, you
Hmm.
get that map. It's more than plausible for there to be a random strat thrown at you. In fact, we saw Kingsman do that exact thing to VLT on the pistol, and we saw multiple rounds won by a less predictable strategy. So those are things that we might get to keep our eyes on as we head to the map pool. I think that will make the picture a little more clear. The map pool is going to dictate on which battlegrounds we do get to see this war of staying in the best of the best that we have to offer here at the Zotac Cup. And if you don't, mm, well, tough luck. That's how life is, man.
True. I mean, with so many of these teams getting eliminated so far, Enigma, all hopes of South Asian fans is on them. They cannot be eliminated. They cannot let all hopes down, because now it's not just Enigma supporters, the loyal fans who have been with them through every single roster change, through every single maneuver and every single tournament that they've won or lost. It's going to be all of South Asia's fans. Doesn't matter to me if you support Velocity, Exploit, Reckoning, or any other team. You've got to root for Enigma right now. You've got to make sure that their momentum is high, as we have a look over to the maps in which the momentum will be seen from both of the rosters. So bringing up the map veto, having a look at the three maps that have been decided and brought upon by the teams. Well, it's going to start off with Icebox,
I love it.
chosen by Nigma Galaxy. And seeing when Nigma Galaxy in an off-stream match yesterday, they played this map against Reckoning Esports, they ended up winning 13-6. So something tells me that NGX are looking pretty strong here. But at the same time, Enigma ended up defeating the side of Kingsman on Haven, the map that they have chosen, 14-12. So both of the teams, their theory in the veto is, look, we don't really care about the opponents that much. Let's just pick our strongest map, or the map which we feel quite comfortable in, that we'll be able to beat our opponents. Let's beat them. Even if we lose our opponent's choice, we'll go to the decider, we'll go to the split, where both of these teams, they've had, I mean, I'd say they've had decent enough performances.
Yeah, they have. And I think with the way Split went in the upper bracket matchup where Enigma came dangerously close to winning it, with a lot of circumstantial stuff playing against them, they can it's more than viable for this to go 3 maps and both teams feeling comfortable taking it all the way. This is the best matchup that we're going to have for today, and boy oh boy, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Absolutely. Yeah, you did mention the side of Enigma, so close to almost beating out Kingsman on the map of Split. But a very similar score. As a matter of fact, the same 13-11 score was achieved by the side of Nigma Galaxy like 4 days ago in another Southeast Asian tournament against a certain Zeal Esports as well. So it's not like the side of NGX are any strangers to the map. As of now, here the Zotac Cup, the side of Nigma Galaxy, they have not played the map of Split at all. This is going to be the first time we'll be seeing them on stream choose that map, play that map. So a lot of mystery around it. But having a look at the composition as well, it's pretty standard stuff what they'll be opting for. However, that's Split. At the moment, OG, there's not much need to talk about Split. It's the decider map. If it comes to that, if we reach there, it will surely be the talk of the town. But for now, it's going to be the chilly heights of Icebox that may, lead to a miraculous feat summited by one of these teams, or it may lead to a scarce fall as we jump into the agent selection phase. And already Nigma Galaxy, well, they have opted for the double duelist Jet and Reyna composition. Quite known. Earlier, it really used to be the meta. Now it's died down a bit, but on Icebox, you can bring double duelist, you can bring double sentinel. As a matter of fact, double sentinel is what Enigma Gaming will be opting for.
So they have more opportunities on the defense now, Enigma. And mind you, with the raw fuel on the Jet, he never fails to deliver. So you have that consistency on the back of your duelist as well, which makes your attack potent enough. On the other side, we have that double duelist, Carl going on the Reyna, and the Jet being the stable of ZBU. So
yeah,
Astro on the Sage, completely understandable. It's more or less mirror with that exception of the double duelist here and the double sentinel on the other side.
Exactly. And it's going to be a big differentiating factor. Even though it's only a single agent archetype that has been changed, it's just double duelist and double sentinel. It changes the playstyle of both of these teams so wildly. Because when you have double sentinel, especially, with even one controller on board, you can really slow down an attack. You can have the nano swarms, you can have the slow orbs. If you have a Viper, you can use a snake bite. You can just prevent the attackers moving into the bomb side for so long. But right now, nothing prevents us from jumping into the game. So why not start off with round number 1? Why not commence the pistol right here? As both the rosters, like I said, for the side of Enigma, it's going to be RVK who will be on the Viper. We have seen him play this agent before. So EG picking double sentinel, Nigma Galaxy, they've got to be on the attack, and they have got to make sure that none of the utility of the defense prevents them from pushing in. If they want to execute to any bomb site, if they've let their mind go there, they better deliver and they better not get stopped, because if their execute gets halted for any reason whatsoever, it will be absolutely detrimental, and it's going to be a golden opportunity for EG to win the round.
Yeah, this aggressive stance towards this A side though, they're looking for this fight here. EG still not able to find it as NGX sneak through mid. Johan, he had the right play there. Should understand that there should be an alarm bot right around the corner. The aggression perfectly timed on the back of that recon, and Rexy there to commit that double peek, which forces Johan into the hands of Antidote. The dink, as Antidote falls back passive, Rexy tries to sneak onto two. Johan though should be expecting this. Too much on his plate to deal with though, as the retake effort is gonna commence. The advantage folding as it's a 2 versus 5.
The
They're
backstab.
backing on towards yellow, and this does
Raw
not.
fuel. Okay, that's one. And wait, Astro, he may just do this. He's got a triple. It's highly unlikely he will. But with Enigma pushing down, that's a 4K. Excali has been tagged. Both these members on severely low HP. Astro, he's got 3 bullets. It can happen. If anything needs to happen, it has to. Kali on the spike right now. He's going around the corner. Time is getting wasted. Astro has spotted him. And yet again, all he has to do is waste time. Excali has got to push through. Astro. Oh my god. Excali gets the revenge.
But
There just isn't time. 1v5 clutch OG. 1v5 and Astro has done it. He may not have gotten an ace, but he surely has gotten something far, far more valuable, which is the pistol.
Yeah, big brain Sage main. She's not only your healer, she's a damage dealer, dude. Oof. You know that meme, emotional damage? That's exactly what happened there. The mental of Enigma after that loss, yeah, they need a breather.
Mm-hmm. They absolutely do. At the moment, Enigma, they need some sort of help. Oh, Astro, beautiful kill. And granted, it's an anti-eco for the members of Enigma Galaxy. This should be a quick and easy take. Enigma, they're playing on the basis of a retake. OG, I don't think it'll be highly likely they will be able to pull off a successful one. Even right now, Carl, beautiful angle he was holding. Rafuel knew about the location. He had the crosshair placement, just couldn't land the shot. And Carl gets another onto Rexy from similar angle towards attack response. So the Ares meta in full force right now, and nothing is preventing the members of Nigma Galaxy to go for that. As a beautiful headshot, he ADS'd in. Excali's location is known. 0 bullets onto the classic. Crazy Guy gonna hunt him down. There's the Marshal. It tags Crazy Guy, takes away his armor. However, still, regardless, a flawless win for Nigma Galaxy. That's the anti-eco done and dusted. They can go for a proper bonus. And Enigma, they've got to make sure that in this round, in round number 3, they do not lose any of their rifles.
It's going to be important for them to also close this round out. And we've seen the bonus work on a couple of occasions, and that's something that EG so desperately needs to avoid. The starting was a little traumatic, but there's no reason for that to be overly dramatic, as there's still more than enough room for them to recover this. Sure, they dropped the ball on one occasion. That's where you pick it back and throw. Throw it as far as possible. And right now, Rafuel looks to throw a punch. He has that operator, so range is what he wants to work with, which is quickly being cut down as NGX want to push the fort. They do not anticipate the positioning of Excali though, who's good alongside Rafuel to hold momentarily. The operator whips off another shot, setting up antidote, but the aggression from Carl's been perfect. RVK, back turn, opportunity taken. That was a round that looked forsaken almost. Enigma, it came down to the wire, but they win it out.
They do win it out, but still, at what cost? They've lost 4 rifles. I mean, great for RVK and for his team. The operator was able to be retrieved. However, the damage has been dealt. Look at the buy-in now from the members of Enigma. Rafuel can opt for the half armor. That's all he can go for. Anti, not much. I think he'll go for a Spectre, perhaps an Ares if you'd like to. Rexy's there on the Bulldog. Just not the strongest buy when you compare exactly to, what Nigma Galaxy have right now. And at the moment, their buy is looking strong. As Enigma, well, they've gone for a technical timer. Oh, it looks like, yeah, one of the members has disconnected. It's probably the Killjoy. So hopefully there's a quick it's a quick timeout and we can resume the game as quickly as possible. As EG, after winning this round, they've got to make sure they have a game plan in mind, because their retakes, okay, in the previous round it worked. However, there was still so much grit that had to be applied from the members who were already there in the bomb site, who were the first line of defense essentially. People like Rafuel, people like Excali. Kali had to get 1 kill and then he got killed. Rafuel had to escape all the way back after getting a shot off with the operator. He had to use his tailwind. So Enigma has to make sure either if the initial 2 members, the front line of the defense, if they can hold off the attack pretty solidly, either by utility or by gunpowder, they do that, or they just play fully on the basis of the retake. Everyone evacuates the bomb site, everyone is on the outskirts, and then all 5 members look to retake it essentially.
I get what you're saying here, CCV, but you also have to consider this, right? With the option, they chose the double sentinel composition. This is a composition that's far more potent on the defense. These are crucial rounds that they needed to win to get off to a good start, because this is their stronger side. This is where they make up for what they lose in terms of the trade-off, where second half will be a little more harder and a little more circumstantial for them to come back into the game. If you're on the boot camp of Enigma right now, this first half means a whole lot more to you.
I think for both of the rosters, every single round means a whole lot to them because fighting for survival here, the Zotac Cup, more specifically in the lower brackets, just means whatever scraps you can find, whatever you can salvage, you better do it. Doesn't matter what you have to invest in order to get that return, you better do it at every single opportunity, essentially, not even the correct opportunity. Because for the side of Enigma Gaming and Enigma Galaxy, I don't think there will be many opportunities later down the road. Even if they, win this one, even if like whichever roster wins this one, they have another match. Then there'll be the lower bracket finals, then the grand finals as well. There's still so much they have to play for in order to essentially, get a major chunk out of that $15,000 prize pool. That even at this moment, it's not an easy journey. Even at this moment though, one misstep and you're falling entirely off the mountain and you're going down in the lava, and there's nothing preventing that. There is no safety net now. There's no one who can save you. There's nothing that can save you. So you better be putting in the work right now as the technical timeout still goes on. So hopefully it's going to be resolved, as not the players, neither us, we don't like to wait, but well, what can we say? Happens from time to time, happens to the best of us. At the moment though, there's one thing, OG, that really has caught my eye. It's going to be the alt economy. Nigma Galaxy, they have got the Resurrection on Sage, and then they've got Rena's Empress as well. And now in another potential full buy versus full buy round, where both of the teams, their economy is not really in the safest of positions. I mean, if Enigma lose this and they lose the operator, they've got to go for an eco. If Nigma Galaxy lose this, they have to go for a semi-buy of sorts, which both of the teams, they cannot risk it. Do you think NGX are willing to invest both of their alts in this round in order for them to take the win?
I think yes. You need to try and choke as much as you can before giving the room for them to start recovering the first half, right? This is big damage being done by NGX right now. NGX winning that clutch certainly set them up for this. Now, if they're able to break this early economy that Enigma are trying to gather on the back of this victory, and only on the back of this victory, mind you, because if this is an L, they're going to be on a half buy. So that essentially allows NGX to leverage more of this first half, where that Rena Jet combo can absolutely kill it. For all they care, they can also play that pick and split game, which is, I think, what we're going to see, as Ice from NGX are pointing towards mid. There is, of course, presence towards either side of the main, confirming both utility and trying to deny. The fight is just going to be bullets exchanged. No duels as of such, but Crazy Guy, he knows RVK is willing to play aggressive due to the utility he has, but does he anticipate the quick repositioning? On the back of the outthrown tag comes the bag from none other than the menace for Enigma at the moment. Zesbu, he gives them control of B, but they still have call towards the A side. Now, it's possible for them to also contemplate the rotate. 50 seconds on the clock, their next move is going to be the more important move.
You can already see like Crazy Guy rotate over towards attacker spawn. Now he may be watching for backstab, which I think, yeah, he certainly is, as Carl is slowly but surely making his way. Now, does he realize Rofuel's location, or is it going to be vice versa, where Rofuel is aware? A lot depends on this one kill, because this one kill decides where the execute will be happening. And now Rofuel still sitting here. The Leer has affected him. He's got to fall back. He has been tagged. Oh, great tailwind usage. Excali still in the bomb side. And now the actual execute is still happening on B. This is just a fake. Excali, he gets tagged and lit up. And that is imminent death. However, good for Enigma members. They are aware it's a B take. However, they cannot retaliate back. Cespew, Johan, both of them are present. Now Rofuel's all alone. He'll be good for one, but OG, I don't see any other reason. Yep, the operator will be dropped.
This is a slaughterhouse, and we're just spectators of it. When Nigma Galaxy are hitting the A side, they're going and slaughtering them at the B side. Can you contemplate that now? That's how confident NGX are in their split approach. And Enigma Gaming, they're feeling the wrath of it. What they need to fight back now. This double sentinel setup, if they use it aggressively, NGX, they dodge the utility and they take off angles which are relatively aggressive. They are more than comfortable taking the fight to Enigma. And it's been Enigma who haven't been able to fight the utility back. The Owl Drone, the Recon. Although the Blade Storm does come into effect, RBK had the right idea there. Sadly, that was all he's gonna go down with. An idea. Not anything else solid as stone. What's been a rook, what's been solid as stone for NGX has been Zesbu. Oh.
Here.
He gets spotted, and Raw has that Blade Storm, so he can be very lethal. And they respect
You will not
the
kill
ultimate.
my
They
ally.
use the revive.
Is it going to be
This
a
is
mid
what I
take?
meant. Yeah, they're more than willing to use the revive as long as they can continue their momentum. And Carl might just contemplate the use of the Empress, although this is still a half buy. The reveal. Okay, antidote.
Beautiful shot.
I mean, he was just expecting one angle
30
on the back of
seconds
left.
inferior weaponry. You have to commit to his place like that. So it's understandable why he would do so.
Spike
It's
planted.
still gonna be NGX firmly in the driver's seat of the round, and they're looking to take this one home.
Oh, Astro. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Rexy. Oh, unfortunate. I get it's the Marshall, but unfortunate nonetheless. And it's going to be a flawless win for the side of Nigma Galaxy. So again, leading 4-1 with how it stands right now. Resurrection was there, but still regardless. Flawless, I say, because they don't lose any rifles. And that's the biggest factor right now. Because Nigma Galaxy's economy, it's looking very strong. Meanwhile, the side of EG, now they can finally afford another full buy. It's not even a full buy, OG, is it? I mean, 3 half armors. They've got to play on the basis of the ultimates. However, still, Excali is the only one with its ult unlocked. RVK, Anti, Rexy, all of them very close to it. So they better get those ult ops picked up very quickly, or they may get a kill. Regardless, Zesbu, he is the one looking for kills. The turret spots him, shoots him, and well, the turret is now destroyed. Kind of like most of the opponents Zesbu faces. As right now, the other jet in the server, Raw Fuel, has also been tagged up and entirely eliminated. So Enigma are down a person, and the resurrection can happen. However, look at the position they're in. I don't think it will be happening anytime soon. Antidote, he gets the refrag, and both of the teams, they have lost their jet players. Now,
Yeah.
good for Enigma. It can try for the revive. However, Enigma Galaxy, with the map control that they have, it's looking dangerous, although the spike is still over at A.
This mid-round play, though, from Johan might just make it. And I think Antidote anticipates it as well. Beautiful. His spider senses were tingling there. And RVK, he needs to come in with the venom and come in with the pain. Because he is going to be the only line of defense here at the A side. He finally gets reunited with his teammate, though. The reveal is not going to give away the aggression that NGX possess.
30 seconds.
Finally, some kind of information, but Carl eliminates Rexy. With him able to double up, this has quickly translated into an NGX haven. The revive, it keeps things doable. With the Hunter's Fury up, it's gonna be very, very hard for Enigma. As the time passes, so does their opportunity to take a W. The lure, it does a little bit to delay them, and Astro is in a big buck position. He delivers. It's a 1-2 punch. It's like fighting Mike Tyson. It's a dancing butterfly that has boxing gloves. You'll be left red like Santa Claus. 5-1. As Icebox, it seems to be a sleigh ride for NGX.
At the moment, there isn't really much that, Enigma can do. And no matter what's happening, it's the mid round, I think, is the most influential for both of the teams, because in my eyes, the mid round is deciding so many of the things that are happening later down the road. We are seeing the rotations happen from NGX, and I think it's these rotations that are absolutely, puzzling the members of Enigma Gaming as to the whereabouts of the spike, because that's the important thing. Nigma Galaxy are not playing for kills. Well, that's not their main priority after all. Their main priority is, getting the spike down, and if they get kills in return for that, well, they absolutely will accept that. As Zesbu now is looking to push into the bomb side. Already one kill has happened. Already a member is gone from the side of Enigma Gaming. The spike is gonna go down. This is not a very strategic round. This is plain and simple direct that the members of Nigma Galaxy have opted for. Just a plain and simple take. And you have Carl watching the backstab from attacker spawn. So you know for a fact that all members of Enigma Gaming, they are going to be coming from defender spawn or kitchen. Double for Zesbu. That's going to be the triple. Can he go for the quad? He's got 9 bullets. He's looking for his 4th. And I think Carl is coming from mid. Oh, wait, did he not spot raw fuel? But yes, we surely will. That's going to be a 4K. And that's a flawless.
Absolute demon. And in all honesty, the reason you'd go textbook there is inferior weaponry, right? You just play that textbook and you win it out 9 times out of the 10. They did not have that Blade Storm. They did not have much of an investment in that round prior. Now, though, is where that story changes. The half shields operator investment on raw fuel. He's set up towards that B side, atop's yellow, but the hit's gonna be towards A and towards mid. They're just gonna throw maybe the Owl drone or the recon towards main. In fact, it's the God recon coming in from Crazy Guy. That goes on top of the crane. That's something that Enigma Gaming have easy ways to deal with. This operator on the retake is going to be hellish. So if NGX conquer this A side, it's going to be more or less a save coming in from EG. They can't risk that operator. It's going to be their last hope in this first half.
You know, one thing I've been noticing are the initial kills. I mean, for how many of the rounds the initial kills have been favoring the members of Enigma Galaxy? Even right now, I think the first 2 kills may just favor them. Already it's a 5 versus 4. Enigma now, they have to play for the retake. There's one member pushing, trying to go for the backstab. However, yep, the second kill goes in favor of NGX as well. And now the Hunter's Fury from Rexy may just be successful. No. It won't be. But Raw Fuel's operator and its bullet surely So a very open plant right now. Enigma Galaxy, they have the luxury to go for such takes and such post plants because at the moment there's no one stopping them. Look at Raw Fuel. He's been blocked off by the Sage Wall. He has to use the Classic to try and destroy it. Even if he uses the updraft, he's dying. And now look at the angles being maintained. Raw Fuel cannot push that. There's no way he can push it and still be alive in close quarter combat against an AWP. Excalibur from behind. Yeah, his backstab works. Johan's still there. Now it's all down to Excalibur. Takes the gunfight. A great effort by him. We pointed it out earlier and it led to multiple kills. However, the round still favors NGX.
Now, even though it did lead to multiple kills, NGX holds were just far too strong. Their understanding of how to play the choke point and how to play off each other without giving away that initial peak. That was what we need to take away from that round previously. There could have been so many instances where Enigma were in position to get that frag. It wasn't offered to them whatsoever. NGX made EG work for everything they had to get, and all that they got was the backstab because that's the only thing that worked, right? It took so long, though, that at the end of the day, NGX were more than comfortable, even 1v2, not hesitating to fight that 1v1. If I'm not mistaken, that was the Viper, that being Johan towards Rope, towards Nest. So yeah, it's a hard situation now. They've lost that operator. They've lost the big investment. Another eco now in tail. And Raw Fuel's still 2 points away from his Blade Storm, which is the only viable ultimate they can use to win a round unless they have numbers. Then they might be able to use that Viper Spit and the Lockdown. The first half seems to be fading away from them. But we, walking into this map, should have expected this, right? This is the reason NGX wanted to bring out Icebox. They wanted to make this a cold matchup where they are looking all serious and looking all business.
Maybe a business deal. However, I think Enigma, they're getting the shorter end of the stick right here. So that being said and done, Rexy, he's got the Marshall as well, and yet again the economy, it's not looking all too well. Now let's again have a look at the initial kill. That's a statistic I want to highlight once more. So you're seeing kills, and yeah, Antidote is the first casualty. I mean, granted in this round, Enigma, they don't have the best of guns, but still regardless, you know, Enigma have gotten 1 kill, or that is Rexy getting rid of Johan, but they've had to pay the price with 3 of their own lives. Now Excali yet again on the backstab, Rafuel's here in the bomb side with the frenzy, waiting to either get a kill or get killed himself. As Astro's right there, and Rexy, what exactly is he watching? He's waiting for someone to appear. Right here, he spots the head, he's looking for it, but Astro also secures the kill. Yet again, only a single frag that Enigma got, and a very simple, concise round from the side of NGX comes to an end. They've got 8 on the board at the moment. Meanwhile, Enigma, they only have a single to show for it.
Only one that's been won by Enigma. No Blade Storm up, but a double operator setup. Sure, when the conventional doesn't work, it makes sense to go to the unconventional. And this might just be the curveball that they need, right? Everybody from NGX going to be on the rifle. So if they are able to take this at range, I understand why they go for such a move. And I hope for their sake it works. Antidote, he's going to be denied that angle and get spammed down a little bit. The aggressive pick, though. This is what's going to make the difference. Spotted out, being spammed down. The aggression just too overwhelming and too quick for him to even take a pick. The revive and the wall. As this is going to be a brawl till the very end. A 2 versus 4. They have that lockdown. They have the Viper's Pit. Both the members of EG close to the A site, but there is a backstab coming in from Crazy Guy, which everything is being delayed for. And I think Antidote expects this backstab considering the delayed plant. Well, Crazy Guy wants to secure the back lines, wants to secure the front lines, and only then are they going to plant. In fact, I think they're going to hunt.
Whatever they may be trying for. I mean, now they know our weakest location. Great headshot right there. However, with the recon bolt, yeah, Enigma Galaxy, they don't need to hunt anyone. Even if they opt to, kind of like Astro does, these are just mistakes. Now, you really don't want to lose this round. Because now, RVK with his Viper's Pit, he can attempt something. I mean, diffusing the spike is going to be difficult. Because, yeah, even if you may have the cover of the Viper's Pit, they are going to shoot you down. And it's not like Nigma Galaxy.
Oh, he's making the big brain plays. He's making the big brain plays.
No, he doesn't spot them.
What?
Oh, now the sound queue has gone.
The gun model blocks
the sound queue is gone. Oh, unfortunate. No, that was just yeah. Whether it be the gun model, the point of view, the sound queue, I think, was the worst part. But I mean, yeah, that's just, you know, sheer unawareness for all 3 of the members. Can't really blame them. They weren't expecting anything like that. No one was. But that's the round done and dusted. It's not like RVK had a good shot in the first place. But had he been kind of successful, maybe gone into the sniper's nest, he could have gotten something there, but it didn't happen. And NGX, they get their 9th on board. Potentially, we may just see NGX reaching double digits by the end of this half. 10-2 can be seen. However, Enigma, more specifically Raw Fuel. I mean, yeah, this is now Enigma yet again. You know, they've got like an eco buy, things like that. So there should be another round 1 to the side of NGX if they play it smartly, if they watch the backstab. At the moment, Crazy Guy is watching the backstab and Rexy is pushing through. Meanwhile, over at the bomb side, we're seeing kills happen. Like I said, Crazy Guy versus Rexy, it's gonna be the Phantom getting the better end of the deal. So already 1 member off, and now the spike's gonna go off as well.
Boost at the top of the wall. Antidote. This is sitting duck at that point. Rocky, though, he has his Blade Storm up. Only good for 1. 10-1 as well. Double digits as NGX want to make this a quickie. This last round, I hope that we do get to see something fun. You know, it's been so business-like. Let's see NGX do something funny, man. Let's see a curveball. I'm in for something.
A knife?
Today evening? No, that'll be too salty, man. Maybe something like a cool clip-worthy play, a cool clip-worthy shot, like a jumping no-scope or something.
Like a knife.
No, not a knife, bro. That's not how.
Man, something that would end up in a highlight reel, like a knife. Okay. Alright, that's enough of that joke right there. I'm sure I've overused it like the knife. But, alright. Enigma Gaming right now. Well, yet again, they lose the initial person. And I think the initial kill has been going in favor of NGX for the past, how many rounds are OG? Sorry, 6? 7?
Dude, at this point, there's no use counting because 10 is the rounds that they have, and it feels like regardless what happens, they have it in control, right? And it has been the case where a lot of the rounds has been Enigma playing on the back foot right off the bat. About 20 seconds in,
Antidote right now.
A nice time push can eliminate a lot of what they're going for. Although Crazy Guy worried between 2 angles, and oh, the tailwind! It almost gives him that frag. Carl, looking to play this one a little more aggressive, maybe, as while disengaging, Rexy catches him with his back turned, and that's the 2nd round, and the only other round that Enigma get on their defensive half. As now they head towards attack. I feel like NGX this time are gonna play this one aggressive. They're the ones, in fact, who are gonna take the attack on them.
I mean, something along the lines of that can certainly happen. And keeping that in mind, Yeah, it really makes me think what NGX in their plan is going to be. I do agree with you, maybe a bit of aggressiveness. However, if it backfires, the good thing for Nigma Galaxy members is that they have such a huge lead right now, 8 rounds. Even if you lose, say, 4 of them, you still have 4 more rounds to go of lead from which you can build. And that's not the only factor. The bigger factor is how close Nigma Galaxy are to taking the win right here and to getting match point as well. Having a look, right from round number 1, Astro was there and Raw Fuel unfortunately missing his shots. That 1 versus 5 clutch, a 4K for him, wasting the time and not allowing Excali to defuse. That was just amazing stuff right there. And like you said, if that's how round 1 went, I mean, the next couple of rounds were going to be bangers, and that's exactly what they were. Enigma, they tried retaliating. They got this 1 round on board, but after that, every single round was NGX getting the opening kill, getting the last kill as well. Irrespective of who the member was, it was just NGX all over the place. And Enigma, they could not deal with such measures being taken by the attackers. Look at this, kill after kill. Carl, he was popping off. And you have Enigma members as well try to go for a couple of kills, but at times they just miss their shots and they just miss the opportunities to win those rounds. And sooner rather than later, the lead was just such an outstanding amount that Enigma, it's like they have so much to do yet so little time to achieve it.
Yeah, I think towards the initial part of the first half, we were discussing how much NGX want to commit to maintain this lead, right? And I mentioned absolutely everything. That's what I meant, bro. They don't care about what it costs them as long as it gives them victory. And that's how they played this. A very close to perfect first half. And you couldn't ask for more in the first half, man. They have delivered above and beyond, showing us why they have pulled in Icebox on the veto. They look to be more in control than... I have nothing. I don't even know what has this much control.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking confident, they're ready, and they're just waiting in the server for it to resume, you know. They know that they don't need to talk a lot right now. They've got everything planned, ready for themselves, and ready for the opportunity to strike, as well as all the members of Nigma Galaxy. You can see their faces, yeah, they haven't changed since round 1. They know the faces, and we all know the faces are only going to change once we see the victory screen, not just on map 1, but on map 2 or map 3 as well. And the same case can be said for the side of Enigma as well. For them, it's going to be even more serious faces. For them, it's going to be, they know how bad of a position they are in. But then again, this is not really the map of Enigma Gaming. They have chosen Haven. If Enigma are down this bad on Haven, then it's really going to be, you know, the desperation shining through. Then it's going to be Enigma trying whatever they can. In this instance, Enigma, although it's not looking good, they can still live with this loss. The only thing is they better deliver on map number 2, because if they don't, this is going to be similar to how the initial best of 3 went as well. Now we start off with the pistol. Nigma Galaxy now this time on the defense, Enigma on the attack. And we are seeing from the side of Nigma Galaxy that they have left the B bomb site empty. So if Enigma members, like as soon as they get any info about the B-bomb site, they can strike them. We see the Viper rotating over from NGX. We see rotations happening. And like you said, OG, like you described correctly, it's going to be an aggressive play. Antidote. He'll be good for 1. He's got a fallback. He attempts the right click. But now Carl's frenzy gets the kill. Now overheal onto Carl as well as the members of Enigma Gaming. They're pushing down the B-bomb site. However, they're getting killed. Crazy guy will be good for 1. The trade has happened. And now we see a 3 versus 3 retake.
I love this rotation from Enigma. They're playing this towards Snowman. Not something that you get to see very often, but something that's very potent in the right time. You not able to make brilliance shine with his Sheriff. Excali though gets picked off again, courtesy of that overheal. He has almost full armor, right? Johan, he's gonna be requiring snappiness. That's what's required of his aim. And the perfect off angle held by RVK as well. He needs to, however, peek at the perfect time.
Ooh.
Carl, they can Mother Nature and human construction as cover. Especially on the pistol, there's no spam potential. Not much, especially if you're overhealed. The pistol goes the way of NGX, and its aggression that's paved the way to a dominant potential end of this first map.
Exactly, the first half already ended and still dominant, and the same adjective can be used to describe this one as well. Now, Enigma, they're not really going for that much of a force buy. They still know a force buy is kind of necessary, so that's why they've gone for upgraded pistols. Rexy back on the Marshall. That's the one thing that's like, I mean, we've seen Rexy perform with the Marshall. At times, we've even seen him not be able to perform at the greatest of his extents, but why not Raw Fuel? What exactly is he doing? As the Jet, he still has the tailwind. As Carl right now, he has the opening kill. And yet again, the initial kill favors which team? You're right, it's going to be the side of Nigma Galaxy. The spike! Wait, the spike is over at mid. What exactly are Enigma members doing? The spike is right here. It's been dropped again. It's right here into the crosshairs of Astro. And now the attackers are trying to push from defender spawn from the A bomb site. This is really not looking well for Enigma. They're just quite disconnected, very isolated right now. And they are just getting picked off one by one. When Antidote, he fires back. But as of now, he's only gotten a single kill. And as of now, he's the only member alive. So I'm not really sure what happened from Enigma Gaming right there. The spike was dropped, but no one was there to retrieve it. Sooner rather than later, NGX would figure out that, yeah, you're going to come for the spike. There's no way against it. And NGX know that this entire map is theirs.
It's in their grasp. They're on the verge of claiming it. A 10-round deficit, soon to be 11. Not jinxing it. Again, Enigma have that buy. Theoretically doable. However, NGX have been looking a class of their own. This aggression through mid. It's played around with because it's only the passive stance towards main that NGX have. It's rather aggression attempted towards A, at least the off angle. The creep attack. Now, mind you, they had the option for going towards mid, but the aggression did not pay its fruits and they fell back. So it's Raw Fuel essentially conceding and trying to play this one with his team, where two members have already been taken to their grave. A two-man advantage. The Spectre is absolutely lethal on the hands of NGX as a flawless victory and a flawless round to end things off. This NGX looks so scary. Now, this lower bracket run for Enigma suddenly looks all the more harder.
For the side of Enigma, they've got to win 2 rounds consecutively if they want to move forward. The first one, there's still chance of Enigma winning, but what happens on split, seeing the major difference in firepower of both of these teams, that's a question that's going to remain on the minds of everyone. However, there's still a bit of hope, right? In the previous best of 3, what exactly did we witness? We saw Velocity, they faced off against Full Sense. The first map was Icebox. Velocity lost pretty similar, in, I think it was 13-3, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it was 13-3. In this instance, 13-2. Very similar results. But then came the second map, then came the choice, and then came the second map essentially, and that's why Velocity still got better numbers. Yes, they did lose eventually. It was a 9-13 loss and 0-2 loss in the BO3. However, it was a far better showing. Perhaps, maybe, for Enigma, all their members and all their fans, maybe, we see Enigma putting up better numbers than their opposition on the next map. Perhaps on Haven, Enigma can take the win, much like they did against Kingsman yesterday. Something similar can absolutely happen. So let's not discredit Enigma. Let's not discontinue Enigma right now out of this entire Zotac Cup. They still have one more map at the very least to prove themselves. And if they can prove themselves, they can certainly go on forward to the grand finals as well. After all, they are South Asia's last hope remaining at the moment. All of the South Asian teams from India and from Pakistan have been eliminated. All rests on the shoulders of Enigma Gaming. As right now, these shoulders of Enigma Gaming alongside the entire structure just crumble. Let's have a look at the highlights, and round after round, we saw one thing. It was that the members of NGX, the members of Nigma Galaxy, just absolutely shred apart whatever was remaining. I mean, I can watch this round so many times from Astro. And then the follow-up as well. Enigma replied back, yes, for a couple of rounds. RVK got that clutch as well in round number 3. But was it enough? Certainly not.
Certainly not. Enigma, a key round here lost where they've given away the operator, right? I think that's
Right.
where the first half became all the more harder. Raw Fuel, he's had brilliant days here at the Zotac Cup. He more than made a name for himself. Give him anything, man is versatile with his arsenal. And with today's performance, at least with Icebox's performance, he was never really given the room to be that aggressive. NGX, as soon as they knew where the operator was, they just kick up the pace a notch. And it's so hard, especially when you have the operator, especially as a jet, that when there's so much committed on you, even if you fall back, there's chances for them to dive deeper. So you're in a split decision whether you commit to that fight, whether you fall back. How do you play that one? And those are decisions that have to be made in milliseconds. Very reactionary stuff, which takes a lot of prep work, which takes a lot of losses to get it right. It's a formula that's unique and innately different within each and every player. And that's what NGX punished. Like, even in this circumstance where that operator was present, where he tried to go aggressive, it didn't work, man. And you can't blame Raw Fuel for it. It's just the homework done by NGX. At the end of the day, it's a team game, right? There are certain pieces of the puzzle you'd like to remove to make sure it's as hard for your foes to guess what the entire piece is going to say. So that's exactly what NGX did here. They removed the ability for Raw Fuel to make plays. And as soon as that stops, the single duelist composition that Enigma went for starts to look like a burden.
Absolutely, and the other members as well of Enigma, they didn't really have the best of performances, but someone who absolutely did was the Reina on the side of Nigma Galaxy, Carl. I mean, we were talking about Raw-Fuel versus Zesbium for the entirety of the pre-match presentation, won't we, OG? However, this man, yet again, he has been Mr. Consistent for his team, and now as well, boasting a KD of 5, average combat score of 337, average damage of over 200. Just insane performance from Carl so far. His Empress, his Dismiss, his Devour, the Overheal, every single time he used it, it became more and more of a task for the Enigma members to deal with him. And by him, I just mean Carl individually. I'm not even talking about the other 4 members of NGX. To deal with Carl, it was such a big problem itself. As a bigger problem for the side of Enigma were kills and frags. I mean, we can just see, the numbers don't lie. They just speak the truth.
Also have to give a small shout out here to my favorite Sage main Astro. It was that first clutch that he pulled off really set the tempo, right? He was able to get a couple of crucial kills as well. His revive came in big time clutch. Heavy impact across the board for NGX. And that's the crucial piece, right? Especially on a map like Icebox, when you have your Sentinels kicking ass, that's gonna be an entirely different kind of beast to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, every single person was firing off, like you mentioned, whether it be Sentinel, whether it be an Initiator, the 2 duelists were there, even Johan to an extent. Like, Johan, even though he's at the bottom of the table in terms of kills for his team, he is still like the second highest frag if you compare him to the side of Enigma Gaming. That's the sheer difference in the members right now. Raw Fuel has 9 kills, and that's pretty much it. Like, no one on Enigma even reached double digits. As for Carl, individually he got 20 kills. One person, like the 2 top fraggers, there's like more than double the difference. Like, Carl has more than double the kills that Raw Fuel has. Even the average combat score, it's not double, but it's very close to that. Even the economy rating is double for Carl. You just see this man, he went above and beyond in his performance, and more so it was Enigma slacking off a little bit as well, as they could not perform. And this is something that has been plaguing Enigma even in their previous matchup against the side of Kingsman, and many members were not able to perform in terms of like fragging and in terms of getting those kills, and it's something that's plaguing them right now as well.
Yeah, they need to carry each other's burden and their own. That's how teamwork usually flows. Well, talking about teamwork, our next map, Haven, is a map that is heavily reliant on not only teamwork, but also communication, also rotations,
Right.
things that go hand in hand with each other. So, for all we care, Enigma now get like a small break, go out, talk to each other, understand that this is not the end of the journey, but this perhaps could be the start of another, a start of a resurgence, a start where it could be a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. because at the end of the day, they are one of the best teams in India. And I think that's
Yeah.
a fact that NGX also will come to respect, as it's going to be Enigma's map pick of Haven that we're going to go into next, right? So, for
Hmm.
all of you who are waiting to see if NGX are going to fear the Enigma, you have to wait for about an odd 5 minutes, because we, alongside Enigma and NGX, are going to be back after a short break. So, stay tuned, and hopefully, we'll have an amazing game too, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to what would possibly could be a story of redemption. A story where Enigma are able to fight back on an equal playing field as we're heading into Haven, which is Enigma's map pick after what would be considered a sorry map 1. They have a chance to more than make it back here in map 2. Joining me here is CCV. So, how are you feeling about map 2, buddy?
For Enigma, optimistic yet a bit dreadful. For the side of NGX, pretty much the same. They've been on domination. I don't need to feel anything. It's the players who have to be in the fields to make sure they get the kills. But yeah, Haven can be a bit better for the side of Enigma because we have seen them perform on that map before, because we have seen them beat out the likes of Kingsman. And again, Icebox today just feels like it's not the map of South Asian teams. Velocity lost here 13-3, Enigma lost here 13-2. Having like the map recap as well, even the third map, it is a pretty interesting preposition to think about, like what exactly these teams are looking for and where exactly these teams are looking to win. For Enigma, there's no other doubt. They have to win map number 2, then they have to win the decider. For the side of Enigma Galaxy, they can finish this out here, not even go on split, not even go on the decider map, and things will pretty much be done and dusted. And that to me is the main question, is that when exactly are we going to see and whom exactly is going to take the win on the map of Haven? Because we have talked about Enigma, but at the same time, Enigma Galaxy as well. You can never discredit a team who is playing this well. I mean, we did see them play this map like 3 days ago against the side of Action PH in the original upper bracket matchup. They lost here 13-8, but then again, that's Action PH. Even those lads, they are very strong on Haven. So not really sure what to expect considering both of the teams and where exactly and at the caliber they stand. Because to me, this goes beyond than just Haven and stuff. This goes beyond than just map statistics. Now this is a matter of like the mindsets and the psyche of all 10 of the players. How are they feeling heading into map number 2?
One thing common between map 1 and map 2, which is Icebox and Haven, is how significant the Jet's gonna play. Because
Yeah.
operator angles, a boatload. C site, B site, A site, you name it, you have it. So it's gonna come down to ye old duel yet again. It's gonna be raw fuel, hoping that this map is gonna be his heaven and he can deliver the hell on Haven.
He can. Both of these teams, well, are pretty much locked and loaded right now. On the side of Nigma Galaxy, they are looking to go for double initiator pretty much in the meta. Sky is there on Carl. So, like I said, Carl is Mr. Consistent. He's the reliable person. If the members of Nigma Galaxy want him to play the Reyna or Duelist, he'll do that, frag out of his mind, get a KD of 5. If they want him to play Initiator, he'll do the same. So very, very similar compositions. I think it's a mirror comp we are seeing from both of the teams. I spotted Sova Sky on the side of EG as well. So with mirror comps being on the board, OG, this just begs the question that it's gonna come down to the kills. It's gonna come down to who can use the agents in the comp better. But at this level of Valorant, at tier 1 Valorant of South Asia and Southeast Asia, there are very minimal differences you can make on attack and defense. Like there are not major changes in strategy you can do in order to get things in your favor. So that's why mirror comps always lead into this one. Well, for some teams it's a problem, for some it's a boon, which is going to be get kills. Doesn't matter who the player is, doesn't matter what agent they're playing, you've got to get those frags, get those multi-kills, and make sure your team stays in the man advantage. Again, another very primary point that Enigma Galaxy having proven themselves beneficial in the previous map, where it was like for 10 rounds consecutively, they were the ones getting the opening kill in their favor, putting it a 5 versus 4 very quickly.
Yeah, now looking at this matchup, I feel like we also need to see how the Astros play a huge impact, right? A map like Haven, the utility that the Astra deploys is so much more
Yeah.
effective due to the way the cubbies in the site work, both on the hold and on the retake. It's gonna be the utility that's gonna be the bigger picture of things. So that's where I'm looking to see the bigger difference, CCV. So far, NGX have been looking spot on with their homework. You can't say the same about Enigma, though. They played Haven the last time around delightfully, winning it 14-12. Some slip ups, which I hope that they did look and rectify after their previous matchup. You just got
Yeah.
to hope for the best heading into this. And for Enigma, cool heads and calm minds will help them weather the storm because it's going to be a long journey if they want to stay relevant within the Zotac Cup.
Absolutely so. Yeah, they've got to make sure that everything is light and breezy as well. Just, overall, they've got to make sure that they don't take too much pressure, because as every single pro player says in one interview or another, you can't take things, when you're playing a map, you can't take things into the larger context of things. You can't look at the macro side of everything. That's the job of audience members. That's the job of us casters to deliver that to audience members as well, as per the context. But the players, all they have to think about is there's a game in front of me, I have to play it. And for all of us, there's a game in front of us and we have to watch it. We'll be spectating this game for the next 45 minutes or so, determining which team will be taking the win and in what kind of fashion exactly will it be. Is it going to be Nigma Galaxy facing off against the side of Full Sense later down the road in the lower bracket finals, or will Enigma push this best of 3 into a third map of Split? That is the question that'll be on everyone's mind and now in front of everyone's eyes. It's going to be a pistol round. Let's start off with the action phase. Nigma Galaxy on defense, EG on attack.
Yeah, EG are playing this initial part very passive. They're rooting out for aggression while being a little explorative towards Garage. Excali, position spotted, and RVK confirms the fact that there are more than 2 members in towards that seaside. So that will lead to RVK taking the more passive stance. Now they look towards A, the polar opposite of the map, where they expect less resistance, and that's true to some extent. You have 1 less member, but mind you, nothing short in terms of brilliance and firepower. As they walk potentially into Doom, Antidote comes in unaware of anybody on the side of NGX. Unbeknownst to them, the back lines gets penetrated and the front lines get breached. The plan's down, the plan's up.
Oh, Carl, he's gonna be peeking. The turret reveals his location. Rexy's holding the angle. There's someone right below him. That's going to be the side of Excali as well. Johan peeking through, completely flashed. They're going to be a peek from Rexy. Well, Excali gets one. Astro just absolutely bombarded. And a beautiful, just crossfire being maintained from the members of Enigma, holding that angle. That guiding light was good. Nigma Galaxy did time their retake quite well. The drop down from heaven, the peak right there. However, at the end, it just did not work because of that one very flash and because of the pressure and the angles which Enigma were holding. One was near hell, near those boxes. The Sova was right there in the extreme right corner. That was Rexy. And then it was, I believe RVK who pushed in from A shot and who got that kill through the Nebula. And all of these crossfires just being maintained meant that the members of Nigma Galaxy, they had no reply whatsoever. And it was a quick, end for them.
Crazy guy.
Who?
What?
Not really sure.
Placing swarm grenade.
Okay.
Swarm grenade.
Assume that the close angle would be clear on the back of that far recon. Simply wasn't the case. Trying to cut the distance here, Enigma. Against the classics, though, not that much of a viable strategy. RBK just got a kill with a turret. That's interesting.
Okay. Oh, Carl, he peeks wide. Good tag. Oh, that was very close. But Enigma pretty much still take the win. So it's going to be, a near flawless round for the members of EG. They're done through the anti-eco. NGX, they'll be looking for the full buy, and now is the influential round on board. If Enigma can win this round, they'll be at such a huge advantage. However, NGX, they've got to put an end to that. They need to take round 3, minimize the amount of casualties, and then move on forward. As we are already seeing Zesview go for the operator. The glass cannon op is upon us. And how much damage can it do so far? Let's see.
It needs to do big damage. There needs to be some kind of rebuttal to what Enigma are throwing to NGX. This push towards Garage, that's something that they tried initially in the pistol as well. Crazy guy, his aggressive stance revealed by the turret, and they look to commit towards the seaside. Astro, he's been the man to look out for in terms of NGX's success. He's the bigger picture, he's the bigger piece of the puzzle. Johan revealed he needs to get that kill, and he does. Astro, he's able to find some support, and this is just the defense going in tandem with each other. Who needs trade frags when you have gunpowder and firepower on your side?
Alright, so Enigma Gaming, they went for a pretty hot-handed execute right there. However, because of their inability to eliminate the first line of defense, it bought the members of NGX so much time to rotate on over. And then we saw members such as, Crazy Guy chip into the kills as well. When Astro and Johan, they were just not able to be eliminated. They were still surviving. Johan, how in the world did he manage to stay there, get a kill, fall back to the generator boxes, and still stay alive without major harm done to him, without major health point loss? That was just insane stuff right there. As right now the members of Enigma Gaming, oh well, Rexy has been spotted, the owl drone goes through, has been destroyed, and now Rexy jumps over as Rafuel taking the position on towards A-Long. An antidote, wait, what was this? Why did he just walk into the C-bomb site without prior info? Excali is there, maybe there was the Trailblazer early on, the Trailblazer could have helped, but that's still very unfortunate, as that's your controller gone, your only controller taken off the board on attack.
This position, though, from Rafuel might net him gold. Could he peek at the perfect time to find the opportunity? I'm not sure if that flash revealed Rafuel's position or not, because it's so mobile. The way Zesbio is moving,
Here.
he knows. He absolutely knows. It's like, you, Mr. Rafuel, make the move. The flash doesn't blind him whatsoever. Tries to catch a mid-dash. Not going to be anything relevant, though, as Rafuel evades
Spike
death.
planted.
The 4v4 Crazy Guy. The shock dart as he comes in with the shock therapy. It's quite brutal what the operator could do from heaven, but mind you, it's still the retake situation, so it's not that advantageous when he needs to go CQC, and he needs to push the metal to the pedal as the backstab does not work. He's missing the flick. He needs to run the shorty. He does get the frag, the dash, as Rexy with his fist, he lands a bash. 3-1. Enigma, they managed to trade and always control on their side. Perfectly played, perfectly handled. That could have gone chaotic very easily.
That was just shots being missed right there from the members on the side of Nigma Galaxy. It was looking like a very good retake. Yeah, like you did mention, the A-shot flank as well. However, Rexy got rid of that pretty quickly. And after that, another shot being missed by Astro, leaving Zesbio alone. He couldn't really do much. As right now, Crazy Guy, oh, what a shot. What a flick onto Rafuel. Zesbio also pushing through C-Long. He'll be good for one. I mean, I get that it was just a cheap buy from him. I mean, just, on the Blade Storm. But great stuff right there. However, it's not like Enigma are in a really bad position. They've got the spike over at attacker spawn. They can pick it up whenever they want. Now, NGX, more specifically the Killjoy, Johan is going to be pushing through Garage, holding that angle, waiting for someone to appear, as Andy has pushed into B, and this is what we love. Oh, sorry, RVK has pushed into the B bomb side. This is what we love, these lurk plays. This can absolutely work so well in favor of Enigma if they're aware. However, Johan is also there. He has his knife in hand. Rexy's location is known. This is a 1v1 duel. Rexy's gonna be following through. The angle is being maintained by Johan, not really getting checked. Astron towards the bomb side. RVK behind him, and RVK is gonna land the shot. Now NGX know they're in big trouble. Johan's gotta hold this angle. The alarm bot triggers the location of RVK. Rexy also right here. It's got to be peeking, and a great one kill. However, it's a 1 versus 2 for Carl.
Oh, the alarm bot leaves RVK vulnerable. He's able to recover just in the nick of time. 3 HP. Survives by just the skin of his teeth. 4-1 though. As Enigma are having more than just a meal. A very good start in the first half, and that's exactly what they needed. After a very absent appearance in game 1, they have given a loud rebuttal to NGX here in Haven. How long can they continue this? How long will they be able to take advantage? Rafuel looking at the flash, but confident that the recon is going to help him get that frag. So he's undeterred with the push.
Here.
He's gotten the off angle. And it's Carl with the frenzy up against him. An inferior buy from NGX. It's still going to be a slow and methodical play from an Enigma, which we all love to see.
They're just looking for kills. However, NGX, they're not letting them. They're playing very passively, which is, well, quite the contrary how you usually play. However, still, well, Enigma are going to get kills regardless of how the opposition is playing.
Another
Crazy
tag.
Guy trying his best, 80 HP, 2 tags, but antidote from behind. The looks always work. And now, yeah, all 5 members of Enigma alive, all 5 of them having their ults on board as well. It just spells disaster for the members of NGX as Rockfield finishes things off. That's going to be another 2 quick kills for him, a total of 3. Flawless round win for the side of Enigma Gaming. And now the economy is building, they're saving their guns. Enigma looking very strong, and exactly what I was saying. A bit of optimism for the fans of Enigma who were really disheartened by the loss on Icebox, you know, after that 13-2, is that on Haven things can change. And as of now, things have certainly changed. However, they may just be bound to change again. Nigma Galaxy is right here on the cusp of winning another round. ZBOX has been top fragging, has the second highest kills in the server, has got the operator, the one different gun right now, contrary to the other 9, and he can frag out of his mind with it. He's holding down C-Long, but that's not where Enigma looking to execute. It's going to be an A take. Well, at the moment, just A map control for the side of EG.
NGX are looking to play contact at long. Carl, the pseudo-duelist guy. He's gonna play on the back of the alarm bot, perfectly timed on the peak. He's able to get the first. The double though goes the way of Enigma. Trading to the advantage, they continue their push as they march on toward the A-bomb site. Plant should be coming in, and they're baiting out the shock darts. Rexy, he's not gonna fall for that again, Crazy Guy. They go for another attempt, and mind you, the Hunter's Fury is still available alongside the lockdown.
You are divided.
Enigma have already gone for the Cosmic Divide right now, and they're just holding down the bomb site again, preventing anyone from NGX from getting any visual or audio cues right now. And the best thing would be to play for exit frags and potentially save. Well, already Astro is looking for that exit frag towards attacker spawn. Yeah, and it's gonna be a save, exactly. It's going to be a save from Nigma Galaxy. They cannot afford to lose the 2 rifles and the operator as well on the side of ZBOX. So Enigma, they take their 6th round on board, and I'm not going to lie that the side of NGX, they've got work to do. Potentially maybe at the side swap, but regardless of whenever, you know, it happens, it has to happen. Otherwise, Enigma, they may just be the ones getting a 13-2, 13-3 win.
Yeah. Oh my
God.
You talk about
Great
Mr.
stuff.
Reliable, Astro's Mr. Bombastic. Always pulls off the bamboozle move. The more important thing is NGX avoid the mistake which Enigma did in the opening half of Icebox, which is lose that operator on multiple occasions. They know the value in that weapon. They know the value that it amplifies on the side of ZBOX. He can be an absolute demon, as he's more than comfortable dancing the tango with death. You can see the coach of NGX being a little vocal here. He's speaking to his team about what the possibilities could be. Now, that opens up the discussion. If it's gonna be the ultimates that they commit, how do they choose to do it? They have a composition which is very, very rich in terms of utility. You have the Astra, you have the Sova, you have the Killjoy, you have the Sky. Information utility, suppressive utility, you name it, it's on their books. They have the ultimates on these respective agents as well. It's possible for them to play this one slow and not commit for that early peak. Perhaps let the operator do that dirty work while the remainder is gonna be done in that retake. ZBOX, that recon, destroyed, aids him on the aggressive stance. He will not anticipate the close push by Raw Fuel though, which might be to his detriment. Raw Fuel's a little hesitant on the peak. He's relying on ZBOX to fall back and then catch him in transition rather than him walking into the crosshair. ZBOX can land those wrist-breaking flicks, but this could be a heartbreaking pick if it doesn't go the way of Raw Fuel. Knife out, punished, the dash, almost successful. Antidote creeping up a shot, the Seekers out for delaying what could be the inevitable. Crazy Guy rotates in. They want to fight this one and they want to play this contact. The gravity well is going to keep Carl at bay, and the spam is enough by Raw Fuel as they did not open the A side. Johan on the back of his lockdowns trying to play it aggressive. Rexy pulls out the Hunter's Fury though, that allows the aggressive push from Astro. He's pulled off phenomenal plays before and he's on the verge of doing it again. Raw Fuel He's missed his window. Astro has 2 more stars left in the bag. He's gonna tap. He's waiting to play this one aggressive.
Oh,
The clutch as Astro continues to be Mr. Bombastic.
absolutely so. Astro right now, he picks up the AWP as well, retrieves it. So just overall amazing stuff. And yeah, the execute was so strong from the side of Enigma. The gravity well, the flash, the cosmic divide. I mean, the cosmic divide was there from the side of Enigma Galaxy. However, Enigma, they didn't really care. They just pushed through. And towards the end, had it not been for Astro, that was a round I genuinely considered done and dusted with how strongly Enigma were playing. But from the looks of it, strategically, the tactical timeout may still be up in debate as to whether or not it helped Enigma Galaxy. But other than that, yeah, they certainly have got the firepower to deal with everything that EG have to offer. Yet again, we are back on the operator. Rafiel pushing through, and he was flashed. He was entirely flashed. Again, it's the UI bug, happens from time to time. Rafiel was entirely flashed. And now Enigma Galaxy, they are countering this aggression from the side of Enigma Gaming, and they are winning. As of now, it's a 3 versus 2. Enigma, they have fired back. They have replied in their own manner. However, with Spike being on A, it's going to be a simple 1-1-1 hold from the side of NGX. They just have to watch out for the B bomb side and then rotate over wherever the Spike gets planted.
Yeah, and this mid-round adjustment's also smart. They're playing it towards either links, knowing that the rotation is going to be a far better idea. Play the numbers game. Sure, they might have that lockdown, but if you're able to get the successful initiation, that could be what changes the name of the game. They're going to be marching towards this A side yet again, Enigma. The last time, it was favorable to them. Now, it's their undoing that very well. It actually was a collab. The tag was what put him at that low of an HP, and RVK was a sitting duck out at long. This is the ZBOX we all know and love.
That's the ZBOX that, you know, is like #1 of the MVP right now in the entire Zotac Cup, and this will just add to his portfolio even more as he's adding to the kill counter and the round counter for the side of Enigma Galaxy. What was shaping up to be a quite one-sided half for the side of Enigma may just turn into like a 7-5, maybe even a 6-6 with how NGX are playing. And yet again, the aggression is there from their side. Once more, we see the Sky push through A-long, get in the same cubby corner as the members of Enigma. Well, now exactly what are they looking for? They're looking to get information. Both the shoulder jump peaks happen from Excali and Astro, and Kali by himself is looking to push through. Risky maneuvers right here. However, Enigma, they've got garage control as well. Enigma have let this go unnoticed, and now they have to hold through. Nova, excellent position. Rafiel gets the opening kill. Crazy guys in the bomb side. Rafiel getting heavily tagged. Look at Astro. He's good for one. Crazy guy with another. And then Rexy shuts him off. So yeah, I mean, big mistake for Enigma Galaxy allowing EG to push through garage. And this was just too much of an overwhelming take.
Here's the thing though, the economy is not looking all that great for NGX, so did they contemplate the save on the operator? It's all going to be on the back of information gathered by that Tailblaze, and ZBOX, this play is already being anticipated by Rafiel, who decapitates him. Head and shoulders, more like head off shoulders. Wait.
Ooh, beautiful shot. Can take the op and save it.
Exactly.
You know,
He's able to
go
save
for
it,
the
and it
guiding
would be a
light.
big W.
He does exactly that. So, yeah, round lost to the side of Enigma Galaxy. Operator retriever, and like I'm saying, 7-5 I think may just be the score. However, Enigma, if they can get an 8-4, far better, because that 4-round buffer, we know the 8-4 score all too well now. We know like how it usually goes, like with the 4-10 or the 6-8, then you win like the like you win the full buy. Like all the variations are pretty known to everyone right now. But in the meanwhile, Enigma Galaxy, they'll be going for a variation of a regular full buy. They're opting for half armor on Astro, Spectres there on Carl. Carl, I mean, having a bit of a dip in performance considering how he was popping off on the map of Icebox. I'm not really sure if it's because of the change in agent archetype, going from a Reyna to a Sky, a supportive role. Is he not getting enough kills? But regardless, 3 being at the bottom of the server right now, he's got to make sure he steps up in the next half as well.
He does. At least the first half has been slightly more favorable to him, right? He's been able to get a couple of crispy kills. Certainly does add to your bonus. Does certainly add to your confidence, which is a bonus. This is going to be broken really quick. Again, should be a telegraph play that Carl is sitting in this direction, right? Usually, you don't see the jet break the drone unless absolutely required. He'd rather hold the angle. So they anticipate this, and Antidote trying to go for that aggressive pick with the operator. We know him to have a boatload of skill with that weaponry, but this kill is going to be punished, and this gives NGX more room to work with. Again, a 7-5 half ain't going to be all that bad. PCV, all things said and done. How has Rafiel found his way into this position?
These looks from... Oh, he can't
Nothing
get
from
the kill
B.
onto Carl. Let's wait for the Trailblazer. Yeah, that's going to be an easy kill. Now going back into the bomb
No,
side.
though.
There's Zesbu.
30
Oh,
seconds
70 HP on this Jet. Rafiel is aware about it. And he's going to push through. No, he's going to go back to A-Link as well, where he'll encounter more members of Nigma Galaxy who may be waiting for him, rotating over towards C.
so smart.
Rafiel- This backstab from Rafiel. I mean, 14 seconds. Can they stop the spike from going
Down.
down? Yeah, the lockdown baits them into pushing in. However, it can lead to more kills for Nigma Galaxy. It may just
Oh, this
crazy
could have
guy. He'll
been
be
so
good
much
for
better.
another 4 seconds. I don't think there's enough time. There just isn't. Nigma Galaxy, they take the win. There wasn't enough time. I mean, Astro goes down. I don't think that matters. Cespew saves the AWP. And that was a round well worth winning for NGX with how they played it towards the end.
What did we just see there, bro? What did we just see there? That could have been EG's round. It's like sitting at the table having all the cards to take home the dub, but you still end up losing everything you worked for. Oh my god. NGX saved the operator as well. This is a resurgence that Enigma wanted to avoid. That fed into it though. And the Tailblaze will not be able to clear Johan's position. That means he has the element of surprise. That guiding light though might just lead to this not being set up. Although
Oh.
Johan gets overlooked.
Wait!
And the punish, it's absolutely brutal. Enigma, they need to learn that if you're gonna commit to a fast play, there's a huge element of risk. And that came to bite them where the sun don't shine.
This point, the sun, the rain gods, everything is shining on the side of Nigma Galaxy. Like I said, 7-5, not too bad of a score. The final two members, Rexy and Anti, they can overturn this. However, with every passing second, it's more and more unlikely as in the operator's crosshairs goes Antidote. He sprays through. Cespew still there. He's got the shorty. And it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Oh no, Antidote gets a kill. That's a trade. There's no need for the operator to be retrieved. It's going to be the final round. 4K for Johan. And that is going to be Nigma Galaxy securing 5 rounds at the very least. Good for Enigma. They still have the advantage. They still have a 2-round advantage. But OG, the problem is it's only a 2-round advantage. If the members of NGX win the pistol and then the following round as well, the anti-eco, that lead null and voided right there.
If I'm not mistaken, in the upper bracket, it was the same scoreline where Enigma had to go all the way to overtime to win this out, right? We've seen it in the past, TCV. There's still ample room for NGX to make their way back into the second half.
True.
The only thing that will give us a little more clarity is the first half replays for exactly why. Now, this early start that Enigma were able to get, they used it to their absolute fullest. They exploited the lead. They let the momentum carry them forward as much as possible. Although NGX on a couple of occasions were able to offer rebuttals like these flawless victories that you see. Enigma though, they persevered. The last 2 rounds, sure, did not go in their favor. It happens. If they're able to get on a flying start in the second half, that could be what saves them potential elimination again. I'm using the word potential just due to the fact that we've seen Thrifties, we've seen crazier things here at the Zotac Cup. So we can't discount nothing. It's all going to be on the table. It's all going to be ripe for the picking.
Absolutely true. There is, I mean, yeah, the possibilities and the variations that can happen in this match still absolutely like too many to think about, too many to theorize as well. Which team will win? I mean, the end answer is only going to be one or two. So it's a 50-50 guess. And anyone's guess is as good as mine. So, but with all that being said and on how the following rounds are going to go, that's still up for debate majorly. Like starting off with the pistol, the anti-eco, so much is going to be dependent on these teams. And yet again, the pistol and the anti-eco, I bring the topic of conversation back to that because the lead is dependent. So much of it is influenced by how those two rounds go, because either we see a 7-7 equalization right then and there by NGX, or we see Nigma Galaxy extending their lead to 2 more rounds and getting a 9-5 on board. Both of those possibilities highly likely from these teams right now. However, there's only one round to prove themselves as the first half highlights come to an end. Having a look at the players right now, they're in serious mood. They know that it's going to be a tough journey from this point forward. They know that, all 10 of the members, all 10 of the players in the server right now, they know what their work is. It's cut out for them and they just have to focus, grind up, and then essentially take the dub.
Yeah. Both teams now going to be eyeing for that pistol, right? It's become all the more important. For NGX, the fact that they're going to have the opportunity to equalize things before it gets to the buy, that's going to be a big, big advantage. It's going to be whoever works for it the hardest.
Yep.
NGX are smiling, man. It's the good way. It's the best way to be towards your mid-game, Positive morale, a little bit of laughter to cheer your comrades up. Carl could certainly use some cheering up. It's a slow start for him here in Haven. So, yeah, smiles across the board as we head on board to the second half, ladies and gentlemen. 5-7 with Enigma in the front foot. How much longer can they keep ahead in this marathon? As RBK plays this one close, but the white sprint from Carl. The frenzy really, really deadly, but I did not anticipate it at that range. The punish is brutal, as Excali was like a jumping deer on the highway. Sorry for the graphic image, viewers.
Oh no, the deer just got his foot stuck in the pavement. That was it. Nothing else. No cars. Right now, well, there's about to be a wreck happening right here on A shot as raw fuel. Oh no, he missed his shot on the Johan. Maybe it was a Trailblazer. Maybe it was something else. Regardless of what it was, what this is a round for Nigma Galaxy, and only a round for Nigma Galaxy. And he has been left all by himself. He's right here exiting garage. And he's got to put in the work right now. I mean, it's a 1v4. I do not think it's happening. He's got 100 HP. And someone is going to be watching this A-Link corner very, very soon. He may be walking into, certain death. I think he knows he's walking into certain death. However, he's going to walk regardless, not running. He doesn't want to give away the audio cue. The guiding light goes through. Carl now knows about this. It's going to be a peek away from the smoke. ZBOX secures the final kill. And Nigma Galaxy, in a pretty calm manner, they take this round. Raw Fuel, unfortunately, missing his shots. That could have been the linchpin maneuver, allowing Enigma to win the round. But because Johan got the better end of the deal, it means that Nigma Galaxy going for this anti-eco, they're looking very strong. Not opting for the Ares meta, they're going for Spectres. Meanwhile, Enigma as well, they're going to go for a Marshal and 2 Sheriffs. Even a Frenzy right there on Raw Fuel. Interesting stuff right now, but how exactly is it going to pan out?
We've seen a couple of occasions where in the Zotac Cup, past the bonus, they completely invest. I mean, past this round, they'll completely invest, right? They won't play the bonus. That's also going to be an interesting question that I want answered. But answers can only come with due time and due diligence on the side of NGX to secure this round. As they found the early advantage here, Enigma want to try pushing the fort. Not going to be successful though. And mind you, they did eliminate the Sky, so there's not going to be any heal. Whatever shots the Marshal lands going to be valuable. Sadly, Rexy can't deliver more. The man advantage and the plan towards the B side with firm control towards garage and mid. It's going to be easier for NGX to defend, although I hope for their sake they anticipate this backstab.
Yeah, I'm watching out for it right now. And with them being on the hunt, side of, everyone on Enigma Galaxy, like, they are maintaining the angles. Oh, that's a kill for Astro. ZSP also holding the angle, watching out, providing the cover for his teammate. And now with RVK, oh, he gets lit up right there by the Ares. And with them only being on 1 HP or something along the lines of that. Yeah,
As a Sheriff.
Oh, it's a Sheriff as well. He's got 11 HP. He's gonna die by the spike. So that's that. He will get those extra creds. But Nigma Galaxy, they will be getting the 7th round on board, equalizing the score. And that is going to be just overall amazing stuff. Like I said, like we both were talking about, the pistol, the anti-eco, extremely influential. But now the fact that that Nigma Galaxy only lost a single member and they can play for a proper bonus with the same Spectres, the Ares. I mean, can they drop rifles on the side of Enigma Gaming and then retrieve said rifles?
They can, and that's potentially what they could be looking towards. Although, I've been a fan of the investment right off the bat. Not gonna be the case though, as Enigma are gonna be the team with the superior weaponry. A very identical. Oh goodness Christ! The
Jesus.
one Vandal that NGX had, they put it to good use. A Scally Dink that puts him at very, very vulnerable position against the Spectre. The Grove Street drive-by as Astro yells, "You're in the wrong house, fool." 4 versus 3. As it looks like up on top of the box, Astro looks through the smoke like Big Smoke himself. 2 versus 4, and this round has quickly gone away from the grasp of Enigma. This is just a heartbreak.
Just feels like a train that Enigma can't catch up to it, and it's running away. Enigma Galaxy, now that they have taken the lead, the thing is, well, it's too big of an order for Enigma to deal with how NGX are playing kill after kill after kill. I'm not going to lie, it's just favoring this roster that is on attack. And now with the spike going off as well, can Enigma really save this roster? I was talking about, can they really save these guns, this roster? I was talking about them having the rifles, the members of NGX, they may be able to take a couple off board as well. They will get 3 rifles, but at the same time, there were 3 casualties faced off by the attack. Regardless, a round 1. That's what matters for the side of Nigma Galaxy. Now that they have the lead, they can play with it. The economy is looking better for the attack as well. Look at that. 4 rifles, a Spectre still on Johan on board. Meanwhile, Enigma, they've gone for 2 rifles. Sheriffs, 2 of the members don't even have armor on them. They're saving up for the next round. However, in doing so, they're putting this round in great jeopardy as well.
Yeah, they are. Although Rofio with this aggressive stance, certainly going to be the surprise element. Has the setup though, so it's going to be eyes that's going to be pointed this direction. That's telegraphic. Now the Dink pushes Rofio back. The drone should put Rexy in a world of hurt if they decide to follow up on the back of it, which they do. As soon as he made that maneuver, sure, we can see it as spectators, but it wasn't in the mind of Rexy. Understandably so. This entire round is NGX expecting aggression,
Oh my god.
fighting fire with fire, and then comfortably laying back with the Cuban as they finish a hard day's work.
Well, the shift may be over, but the work certainly hasn't finished for either one of these teams right now. For NGX, yeah, they can get an early day off, But meanwhile, Enigma, they are gone for the tactical timeout. Now we can see YB, their coach, talking through exactly what Enigma need to do in order to get back to the lead, because now it's not Enigma, extending the lead. Now it's their turn to catch up to it, and that right there is a big problem for their members, because yet again their mindset, their mentality goes back to chasing this and not extending it. They are now, they're now trailing off from the members of their opposition, and for that very reason, the members of NGX, they're going to be in a comfortable situation. We will see another full buy versus full buy, but with the round loss bonus acting up for the side of Enigma Gaming, they can afford more and more rifles. At the same time, members like Zesbio in front of our screens, they can take away those rifles in an instant. Every single player from NGX is popping off right now. Every single member is going for those kills, going for those plays, and every single time, it's working for the past couple of rounds.
What's gonna work for Enigma now? What's been their problem? The trades really haven't been coming in. The weaponry hasn't really been looking that great. The side of NGX, if they decide to play this one passive as well, Enigma can maybe just reply with being passive by themselves, holding off angles, playing on the back of information, and try to use utility at a perfect time. If you can't win the fights early, you delay the fights to see if you can get an edge, with time being difference maker. The flash confirms the presence for Excali. Zespew gonna be committing the tailwind in towards side, and he's gonna be diving deep. Astro though, he's been the man to look out for on the side of NGX. The Hunter's Fury coming out. Rexy, he's not able to make a connection though. The updraft beautifully placed as it dodges the Hunter's Fury. Although RBK's backstab, it was not gonna be an easy play to make. This hold's been stellar. A 2 versus 4. Johan gets punished. A potential way for EG to make it back, but Antidote's HP and the spam through the smoke. Rexy won't be able to find the opening he needs to make the play work. He's vulnerable. He is alone, potentially in fear, but he's gonna endure. Still holding on. And life goes on and on. He's gonna fall back, he's gonna save his gun, and hope that the next round will be a little more pleasant of an experience.
Well, it certainly will be for the side of Nigma Galaxy. As for Nigma members, yeah, with this loss of that Phantom and the loss of Rexy's life, it means that, yeah, yet again, Enigma have to go for something like an eco or perhaps even a semi-buy. This was their all-in round. They invested so much right here. And considering that fact, they have to play on the basis of a Marshal, a couple of Sheriffs. Maybe we get to see the Bladestorm come out as well. But other than that, EG are really struggling right now. Yeah, Raw Fuel will be going for that Bladestorm. He's got half armor. The other members, like I said, it's a weak buy that Enigma have opted for. And for the side of Nigma Galaxy, this can shape up to be another win for them.
The rush that we might get to see towards the A side, because a lot of manpower is allocated towards getting map control towards short. The clear, it's clinical so far from Crazy Guy. Makes sure that all close positions are dealt with. No way to deny this lockdown. They need to play this aggressive or fall back right here, right now though. The peak from Raw Fuel, he's phased by so many members, he cannot make a decision in the nick of time. Rexy, he finds
Wait, one detainment.
a very small place to hide. I think that's RVK towards the B side, if I'm not mistaken. The tail, the flash, yeah, it does him good for one frag, but that's all that he's gonna find, and that's all that's gonna be given. 11-7. NGX, they are right now in heaven. This is their ideal start to the second half, and they look for the closure real quick.
Absolutely are. This to me, OG, feels like the final shot Enigma have, their final go, not just in this map, not just in the BO3, but overall in the Zotac Cup. If Enigma lose this round, things may just pretty much be done and dusted for their side. They may as well head home, be the final team from South Asia going home as well. As right now, NGX, yeah, they're preparing for a slow take. They don't want to push into things. They know that Rexy and Raw Fuel will be right here on A long. And for that very reason, Nigma Galaxy, well, where exactly is their attention? As of now, towards the B-bomb side, RVK, all he needs is visual confirmation without dying. He's got the support of Rexy as well from this angle. And now Zespew holding that place. Johan's also there. Perry, extremely slow take right now from NGX members in terms of map control, not even towards Garage, not even towards C-Long. This is the place they're looking to push off. And RBK, he peaks 60 HP. Yeah, it's time to retreat, my guy. There's no more danger you can put yourself in without losing your life. However, Zespew, he absolutely loses his life. RBK gets let up even more. Nanoswarm goes through. Rexy will be peeking the corner. And where exactly are Nigma Galaxy looking to plant the spike?
They're still not making their mind. With 40 seconds on the clock, they need to come about and make a decision. Raw Fuel an exceptional pick. But Crazy Guy wants up him. Now, it's gonna be the rotation. That's the name of the game, and Enigma. So far, so good.
It's a B take.
It's a B take though, as the retreat. We can see it on the
Oh,
minimap.
C.
It's actually all the way towards C. Crazy Guy, eager to still sell a fake with such less time. This position from Antidote is gonna hold the highest of value.
Oh.
The Astral Divide, as he plays all his cards to perfection. He
It
lights
works.
them up,
It
and the
works.
time, it's simply not there. 11 to 8. EG. Play that so comfortably. That was how you play Haven in a nutshell. Do not get outcred. Do not get outdone.
Yeah, initially a B take made sense, but then, you know, on the side of Enigma Galaxy, they'd be countered off on both fronts, as there would be quick rotations from Enigma members as soon as they heard the audio cue that it would be a B take. And then there wouldn't be much that the attackers could have done. So now, yet again, the members of NGX, they can go for another full buy. They have it in the bag. If they want, they can go for one more after this, even if they lose this round. But with the operator versus operator on board, we're going to be seeing Raw Fuel peak off, waiting for his cloudburst to dissipate. Crazy Guy also holding the same angle. It's gonna be op very soon. In the previous instance, Crazy Guy took the kill for Raw Fuel. And now, where are the other members of Enigma? Well, they're still holding. They're still playing passively. Enigma, now they figured out that playing passively is certainly going to help them. Crazy Guy's right there, so is Raw Fuel. None of these players, they want to peak. They need utility support, and the Nebula provides just that, as the members of NGX will be falling back. Raw Fuel doesn't know that. According to him, they may be pushing up more C-long in towards that corner as well. But NGX, they've used up 40 seconds of this action phase. They're still not really sure what they want to execute. In terms of side control, they're looking to go onto the A-bomb side as well. The Trailblazer gets a bit of information. As of now, there's only Rexy. RVK is also pushing back, and here is the execute.
The trade comes in. Carl keeps the momentum going. ZBOX looking for that opening, and he commits in towards the side. The retake is on 11 to 8. This is a crucial round for Enigma to grasp. This backstab from Astro does not pay its weight. He's been the man who's been delivering for NGX, but now that the big lion has gone silent, who roars in the jungle? Is it going to be ZBOX on the chat? The double, as he's looking to make the play and send Enigma back to where they came from. No, they won't. Enigma played that perfectly. Patience was the name of the game, and they keep themselves relevant in this late game, as they're 2 rounds away from an equalizer. But mind you, NGX are 2 rounds away from closing this at 2-0. That's what's the odds.
Exactly. Now it's going to be a tactical timeout taken up from the side of NGX, and yet again, this is going to be their second timeout. The previous time it happened, it actually worked in their favor. You know, they were down multiple rounds, but they managed to etch it back in the first half, 5-7. Now they're looking to do the same. They don't want to etch back. They still have the lead. They just want to increase it. They just want to get the final 2, get this over with, and like you said, be done and dusted with a quick 2-0 best of 3. So with all that being said and done, Enigma, they are right here on the cusp. The economy now is slowly but surely shifting in favor of the defense, and Enigma are building that. From being absolutely down in the dirt, sheriffs, bulldogs, and half armor, no armor, now they can afford operators. Now they can afford, you know, rifles as well, and it is looking good. They are making work with those guns. They are getting those round winning moments. As for the side of Enigma Galaxy, I think this may be one of their final full buys that they can afford. Other than this, if they lose this round as well, maybe they'll go for another one. Maybe they'll go for a half buy, not really sure. But this round is now the do or die for the side of NGX, because if they lose this one, then the lead gets far too closer, and Enigma can absolutely neutralize the score very quickly. So yeah, okay, even if NGX lose this, they can go for another full buy, but would they like to? I don't think so. Enigma are so close to just neutralizing the score, and they are playing very passively. Nigma Galaxy need to find a way to get early map control, whether it is through your initiators or through controllers, you know, obscuring the vision in multiple angles. Whatever it is, you need to find map control, plain and simple.
Yeah, it's all going to be on real estate, right?
Yeah.
And mind you, Enigma, they are more than accustomed to playing overtime on this map. They have no problem. If they want to sweat it out, so be it. And GX, on the back of so many aggressive rounds, they fall flat passive now. This peak, is it gonna pay its value? Yes, it does, Enigma. A crucial pick-off that Raw Fuel has provided to him. He's holding this angle and hoping that the flick is gonna stick. The rest of NGX, though, are rotating towards Garage, where there is a two-man setup towards the seaside. A crossfire that NGX themselves have employed. Walking into this is like walking into a mirror. And now Excali needs to deliver. NGX, perfect hit as they make this hit stick. It's gonna be a plant. And Raw Fuel with that operator. There is nothing that they have in
Garage. There's Astro in Garage right there. He can go for the backstab. Meanwhile, Johan, he's going to be watching this corner. Rafuel is in the bomb set. The flash goes through. Rafuel misses the shot. And Nigma Galaxy, they've got to go for the kill. RV came. He'll be landing one. And now here's the detainment right there. But Astro from behind, like I said, he'll also die. All down to ZBU. 1 versus 2. Holding the angle. Has to isolate this gunfight. Loses it. And Enigma Gaming, they will be taking this round as well. Had Rexy lost that gunfight, it could have been NGX's 12th and best of 3 point. But Enigma, by winning this, they retake in an excellent manner. That Killjoy lockdown, such value it brought out. It forced the NGX members to come C-long, and RVK baited them. There was nothing else they could have done. Nowhere else they could have gone. Beautiful stuff all over. And now look at this. Nigma Galaxy are down to bare bones. They have to win this round. Otherwise, Enigma will be going away with everything.
Down to bare bones. And this is going to be a very crucial round for NGX. What's their reply going to be? Raw Fuel. The flick. It's delightful as it is deadly. The shock dart deters aggression, and the drone, it will exchange information. The setup, I think NGX have a good understanding of what's happening here. ZBU, a very crucial kill. Maintaining the man neutralizer, and with this ace site not being supplemented in terms of defense, the retake is going to be what they attempt. Hunter's Fury available on the defense duty. But if this round is not secured, it's going to be map and match point for the side of NGX. Hunter's Fury disposed of as the position to heaven will hold value. Antidote could catch them ripe for the picking. The rotations come in and the counter halt pay value. He misses those kills. And this is Enigma Gaming with the perfect re-entry towards the ace site.
30 seconds left.
NGX, this is gonna be a long journey.
Now, crazy guy still try peeking that corner, and he can swing wide whenever he wants to, and he can get the kill, but he's not opting for that. Instead, it's going to be Kali with a 4K for his team. Enigma Gaming have successfully neutralized the score. From 5-7, Enigma went up, to 11 rounds and 11-9, but now, 11-8. And now Enigma, they've gotten 11-11. They've been winning the past 4 rounds consecutively without anything to show from the side of NGX. Now, this is true bare bones. I mean, the round loss bonus is right then and there. Whichever team wins this, it's not even about the buy, it's not even about the economy. Whichever team wins this OG, they will be having match point. They will be at a considerable advantage compared to their opposition. And if anything needs to happen from any 10 of these players, it has got to happen right now.
This is the moment. You break, you lose. You make, then you take. The lockdown, they're going to be playing on the back of it. They're going to wait, let the side be cleared by its own accord. The shock darts do not do anything to deny it. And Raw Fuel, the flash was dead perfect for Carl to get that kill. One player detained, that being Rexy, so information going to be delayed. And information also on the side of NGX about the backlines, and with the help of the Seekers in live time when they request it. Astro He's been Mr. Lurk. He's been Mr. Bombastic. And he needs to deliver to his title yet again. Crazy guy. He's quite literally
What?
a crazy guy having his
That
life
was an
out.
insane
but
bait.
It's set up Zespew. And now the backstab. Astro. Big stuff. 1v3 antidote. Has a plethora of experience, but he needs to put it to good use. A situation far too demanding even for one of India's best, as NGX have map and match point.
They're right there. One round away from getting into the lower bracket finals, facing off against Full Sense and eliminating the final surviving team from South Asia. That's going to be Enigma. However, Enigma aren't too far off. They need to win this round. They're going to go for... Oh, I was thinking it's going to be a double op. No. Rexy goes back on the Bulldog. Enigma still not the strongest by half armor. Multiple members. Not really something that I would have expected from them, considering they were winning 4 rounds consecutively. But those 4 rounds, they were taking damage as well. And the Blade Storm goes from Zesview. Anti's there at the back of the bomb side. He's going to be dashing into the Nano Swarm. He gets lit up. Anti gets flashed entirely. He has been spotted. Great headshot. Oh, it's Raw Fuel versus Zesview. It's right there when the Flying Vandal is going to spray. He's going to try to gun them down, but it won't work. Enigma are on the retake. All 4 members right here on Defender Spawn and Garage. No backstab whatsoever. The Cosmic Divide preventing them from seeing anything, hearing anything. They have been blindfolded. They have been deafened. And now their voices have got to yell. They have got to yell through this attack. They have to find their breakthrough. However, they're just meeting the bullets of the members of Nigma Galaxy. Zespew on a triple. And Johan finishes things off. Enigma Gaming, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunate for them, they are out of the Zotac Cup as Nigma Galaxy move on forward into the lower bracket finals.
What a hard-fought battle here at Haven. Every single member in the server, all 10 of them, making big plays in their rounds, in their respective way. They delivered. But sadly, NGX was just the superior squad. It also was a nice show from Enigma in the second map. They looked to be in control during the first half, and in the second half, up until the very end, that comeback looked really promising. NGX, though, boy, did they know a thing or two about shutting down an entire defense.
Absolutely. Yeah, the side of NGX. I mean, yeah, they had that little bit of a slump right there for the 4 rounds that Enigma won. And you were describing that very well could have been the comeback. But when it was the right time, when, it was the most desperate times, well, NGX absolutely delivered. Having a look at the highlights as well, NGX, they built a pretty strong lead in the second half. However, the first half was not so considerate, was not so, helpful for their side. As a matter of fact, they really seemed to be struggling for the initial couple of rounds, as Enigma were really up like 5-1 or something along the lines of that. But after that, Nigma Galaxy, they started retaliating back, and it was only once that happened that, they took the 5-7, and in the second half, they just started winning.
Yeah. This opening segment from Enigma was very, very promising. It was something that I love to see, The confidence was exuberant. RVK, yeah, he continues to live up to his name. Even though Nigma Galaxy won this map, credit where credit is due, man. A very, very hard-fought battle. Nigma, you can't even blame this to their strategy, can't even blame this to the firepower. The nature of a game is you need to punish the mistakes. There's always going to be mistakes. It's only if you're good enough to punish it. And it's also circumstantial most of the time. Both going hand in hand, it put NGX in the cusp of victory. And again, Astro, Mr. Bombastic, man. He can lurk, he can clutch, he can support, he can play aggressive. That's why everybody wants him.
In this case, well, no one from Enigma could have him. They just could not get him in their crosshairs. And a kill after kill, he just started winning. And well, so did the members of Nigma Galaxy. As soon as Enigma reached 7 digits on the round count, then NGX, they just started to perform. And look at this spree. The triple kill from Johan. 8 bullets, looks away, peeks back, gets the flick, done and dusted. And then the half, as a matter of fact, alongside round number 12, came to an end. 5-7. Nigma won the pistol. Then even on the anti-eco with only like a single casualty on board, they moved on over to the bonus round where Enigma had those rifles, but yet again Enigma lost. Beautiful headshot right there with the Vandal from ZBOX starting off this round, and no matter what EG tried, they were just getting absolutely run down and gunned down.
Mercilessly, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Tupac drive-by.
Mm-hmm.
The side of NGX on the attack, I felt was a lot more confident. But with confidence also comes the possibility of you having small slip-ups, right?
Yeah.
That small slip-ups gave Enigma a little room. And mind you, Enigma pulled off some really big brain plays, especially that lockdown from RVK. I'm just gonna disconnect if that happens ever to me. That kind of an outread was just unthinkable and happened in the perfect moment. This, however, could have been the round where it all ended. This is where Enigma started their resurgence, and it was on the back of Raw Fuel and his phenomenal performance on the operator. That was something that was very missing on Icebox, and I'm so happy that Raw Fuel found it in himself to make that resurgence and make those rounds count, because he was the big man with the big gun.
Absolutely was. Yeah, the operator shots, both from, Raw Fuel and ZBOX right here, they were just immaculate and so damn influential into helping their respective teams win. But this execution and the Cosmic Divide, then followed up through the massacre of the members of Enigma, just secured the win for NGX. And now looking at the MVP, it has to be ZBOX. Yeah, 25 kills and 14 deaths, average combat score of 280. ZBOX was all over the place right now, getting kills on every single bomb side, no matter the angle he was holding, no matter the weapon he had, whether it be the Frenzy, the Operator, the Vandal, on attack, on defense, he was just getting kill after kill. There were 24 rounds that happened. He got 25 kills. On average, every single round he got a kill, at the very least one for his team.
Yeah, he was able to get a kill where he caught them standing still.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of moments where he got timing on his side, which good for him. Good for Nigma Galaxy, as they prevented what could have been a potential map 3. They end this where they find comfort, and a 2-0. This game, at least, Enigma, they really fought back. Out of both the best of threes that we did get to witness today, I feel like this was the one where every single round felt like it could have been something out of a darn storybook, man. Some of these miracles, some of these plays. Sadly, there has to be one winner in every game, and there has to be a happy ending if you do end up winning a game, and that happy ending only goes to the one that deserved, that being Nigma.
True. Yeah, Nigma Galaxy, they absolutely deserve this, and they do deserve to move on forward to the lower bracket finals as well. Having a look at the scorecard, like so many kills happened, but all over. We saw the scorecard on the map of Icebox here on Haven as well. But like overall, the MVP of this series, let's have a look at that one person who had like the most influence. Let's bring that up on our screens. And in my eyes, I mean, is it gonna be? Yeah, it's gonna be ZBOX only. 41 kills again, almost a KD of 2. Average combat score 277. He has been the MVP of the Zotac Cup so far, and I'm not going to lie, OG, he may just take the NVIDIA RTX 3060 home with him for himself, as the MVP of the entire cup will be receiving that credits to NVIDIA. But with this performance, absolutely deserving position that he is in.
Yeah, I think the only person that can contest him to that GPU now is going to be Georgie.
Yep, Action PH, yes.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting matchup that we have tomorrow, man. Dan, I don't think I'll sleep well today as well. The excitement just keeps me up and running.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these
Yeah,
Nigma
at the moment,
Galaxy are
this has
gonna
been.
party well and sleep well, right?
I think so. Party well, sure. Party well. I mean, if they win the Zotac Cup, absolutely. If they take a major chunk out of that $15,000 prize pool, then sure. Sleep well. Well, everyone has to, regardless if you're an athlete, if you're a ranked pug star making to make their way from iron towards radiant, you just have to sleep well. That's just how life is. It's very very hypocritical for me to give that advice, but besides the point. Right now, having a look at the map recap as well, we could have gone to the third map, OG, but we didn't. Enigma, they tried their best on Haven, and this was such a better showing than Icebox. Icebox today just wasn't the day of South Asian teams, and Velocity lost their 13-3 to Full Sense. Enigma right now in map number 1 lost 13-2 to the side of Enigma Galaxy. However, on Haven, NGX obviously had the better showing, 13-11, but Enigma as well, they were looking far, far strong, and it just goes to show that Enigma are very confident on this map. Sometimes the results may not go in their favor, but they are going to be close regardless.
Yeah, they are gonna be close, but a W here would have meant so much more for them. It
Yeah.
would have been a statement, and it would have been something that they could have taken home riding. Sadly, it ends at 2-0. Let's quickly head to the MVP standings as well, because we've been talking about that graphic card, right? We need to know
Yeah.
who gets the hands on it.
Let me
Wow,
ZBU. Yep.
there's quite the difference, though. SSB all the way in number
Mhm.
1 and Georgie in position 4. So if Georgie and Action PH get to continue their run in the upper bracket, and if Zespew and Nigma Galaxy continue their run through the lower bracket, we might get to see a grand final where they actually duke it out for a title, the money, and a graphic card now. That's story.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really going to be interesting. Today it was interesting as well as SP up against Raw Fuel had a bit of an undermining performance later down the road. On Icebox, that was there, only like 9 kills. Even right now, he had a decent enough performance, but just not enough as to the firepower that was brought out from Zespew. But with that being said and done, yeah, as of now, this man in front of our screens on the first position, he has no competition whatsoever. No one can match his skills. No one can match his sheer firepower. Perhaps Georgie may just be able to, considering the fact that Georgie still has the highest kills, the only person in the Zotac Cup as of now to have reached 200 kills, the only person, mind you. But apart from that, I'm really looking forward to seeing both of these surviving MVPs played out. Or maybe we get to see a new MVP. Considering the fact that Deathmaker and Rawfuel are out, and along with their respective teams, if we're talking about the respective teams, let's have a look at the bracket. Considering that Velocity and Enigma out, the 4 surviving teams, their jet mains, they can still get on board as well. And the 4 surviving teams, well, all of them are going to be from the teams that qualify from the Southeast Asian qualifiers. South Asian teams, unfortunate for them and unfortunate for all of their fans, they will be taking an exit from this tournament. They had a great run. The qualifiers were really entertaining. But next time, hopefully, they can get into the finals as well. As of now, we have the winners bracket finals, OG. This is the comfortable match. Kingsman, Action PH, whoever wins, you go into the grand finals. Even if you lose, you go into the losers bracket finals as well. Now, we have losers bracket like the third round there, the final step before the finals and then the grand finale. Full Sense up against Nigma Galaxy. Really going to be interesting. We have seen these teams play against each other, against other opponents, but now seeing them play against each other very soon really hypes me up. And also, obviously there's the upper bracket finals.
Yeah, and mind you, if Kingsman do end up taking the dub again against Action PH, we might get to see a rematch potentially in the lower bracket finals between Nigma Galaxy and Action PH. That's going to be
Mm-hmm.
a very, very fun map if it does go that way, because Nigma Galaxy do not have an easy matchup by any means. They're going to play against Full Sense. So they need to be
Yep.
fully in their senses and fully in their groove and mojo if they have to come into the dojo and wreak havoc.
True. All 4 of these teams, the sheer caliber that's going to be there as well. Like they need a lot of time to prepare for these matches. Like the Zotac Cup has been going on for the past 10 days or so, non-stop. I think even a bit before that. It's been like 2 weeks or something. These teams, almost every other day, they've been playing BO1s, BO3, single elimination. Now in the main event, a bit more comfortable double elimination. However, the pressure never stops. The teams as well, they need a bit of rest time. That's why for everyone, here's a quick notifier. If you can't remember it, the next set of matches, the winners bracket finals, the third round of the losers bracket, all of the matches and the future matches as well, all of them are going to be streamed, but the streams are going to be starting from the 25th of January. As of now, the Zotac Cup is going to go on for a small 6-day break, so just to allow the teams as well. And over the Esports Club, we still have the gauntlet going off. It happens almost every other day, so if you want entertainment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well, so that A, you don't miss the gauntlet streams, and B, you do not miss out for when the Zotac Cup resumes. And also make sure to follow the Esports Club on all forms of social media to do not miss any reminders, because there will be many, alongside plenty of other content. There have been interviews being uploaded day after day of so many of these teams, and so many interesting questions and answers being given by the players and coaches out of the 8 rosters that ended up on the Zotac Cup. But as of now, OG, this stream of the Zotac Cup, this best of 3 as well, and the South Asian teams and their journey, all of it comes to an end. It was a great journey, and today's matches also come to an end alongside it. So yeah, any final thoughts that you have before we sign off?
Well, we've had by process of elimination the best of the best, right? And it's pretty
Right.
evident that almost every team here deserves their slot. So let the games begin.
Absolutely. For now, a huge shout out to our sponsors, Nvidia, for providing these players with top of the line graphics cards as well. And for all of you, if you want graphics cards at discounted prices, make sure you go down in the description and get them alongside RAMs, SSDs, portable SSDs from Crucial as well, for all the people who want to keep their transfer files. Maybe it's saved games, maybe it's movies and something that you want to keep on the go and you want high speed connections. Make sure you get those SSDs. If you want to stay in one place, if you want to game in one place, make sure A, you have the peripherals from Corsair to hit all of your shots and to see everything that's going on the screen, not to miss anything. That's going to be LG Ultragear's monitors for you, 27 inches, 144Hz, Ultra HD, really top of the line stuff. But here at the Esports Club for today, the stream comes to an end. So thank you everyone for watching. I've been CCV alongside OG. We'll be signing off, and we'll see you after a short time at the Zotac Cup. Till then, take care, stay safe, bye-bye.